I don't know, thin.
Like,
That bad.
like when I go to Punch Burger, it's a totally different experience from Five Guys, right? Like you go to Five Guys because you just want to fill your fat fucking face with disgusting greasy oil, right? Like you want junk food all up in your body, right? And disgusting fries. You wanna bloat yourself and make yourself hate yourself. And when you go to Punch Burger, it's because you want like kind of crisp and
Quality.
fresh quality. Yeah, like it's a decent burger made with real
So
food and
it's you hate yourself, you get Five Guys. You don't hate yourself, you get Punch Burger.
exactly. And
Well, then
today,
where does Brew Burger fall on that?
well, brew is for if you want to pay $40 for something that claims to be special but is really just a burger.
They have really good pretzels and beer cheese, though.
The pretzels and beer cheese are very good, and their fries are pretty good. Their burgers are trash.
Yeah, like I I don't know, on principle I have a hard time patronizing a place that charges $40 for something that they don't even do very well. It's not actually $40, but it is way too much food or way too much money.
It's unironically $40 if you go and get a burger and a drink and maybe an appetizer. You're gonna spend $40 at that place
Yeah.
plus your tip.
And like if you're gonna charge a whole lot, you at least need to be good at the main thing that you do, right? Like they advertise themselves as a burger place, and their burgers are just hot garbage. But good for the pretzels, I guess.
I'm not a really big burger person, so like the pretzel's what got me. I think it was one of the last times Michaela came down. No, it was when she first came down. We got it, and it was so good. I hadn't had it in like a year.
Good pretzels will do that. And that reminds me that I haven't been to fucking Rathskeller in like 2.5 years.
To what?
Rathskeller?
I've not heard of it.
It's the German brew pub with the beer garden on the roof downtown.
The place is good.
It's real good, and they have
Rathskeller.
Rathskeller.
Rathskeller, yep.
Okay, it's right next to Brew Burger.
Yeah. Oh
in
yeah.
that same-
It's like right down the street. We used to walk to it from work.
I've definitely probably driven by it without even knowing what it was.
Oh, for sure. We're gonna go sometime because they have amazing pretzel. And
Looks
other
like
good
a
German food.
fucking like town hall.
Yep, kind of. Yeah. It's a real weird vibe. Okay, we're gonna
Ooh.
spend the first 15 minutes of this session
Y'all.
talking about food, but I'm into it.
I'm going through the website. I mean, it has a lot of really cool pictures. It seems like they haven't decided on the theme, though.
No, and I was about to say, when you walk in, it's like you're walking into a weird, old, tiny museum.
It makes me think of there's this bar in Muncie called Valhalla where they just have like weird shit, like Viking shit everywhere, but it's like not really a theme at the same time because they just have like.
All right, let's actually get this shit started. Let me make an announcement. But when we left off, you guys had started sailing east over towards Unmirage. After all these years, we're finally going, presumably, if nothing goes wrong. And there you were hoping to pick up a bunch of amulets that would protect you and your loved ones from divination, courtesy of Elise, who claims that she can probably help you guys get a bunch. If you guys are able to maybe help her do some favors or something, she's not really sure what you guys expect to find, because when she left, the city was in a bit of a mess, and she kind of just bailed on the whole situation and hasn't heard anything since. But you guys are headed there to find out. But on the way, you guys encountered a merchant ship that was being chased by a bunch of fire elementals, including some Afridi, and you fought them all off handily. Actually, you kind of just trashed them. And in exchange, the merchants offered to do some currency exchange, I guess is the best way to put it. They bought all your copper coins and about half of your stockpiled silver coins for gold and gems and things that are more easily used to actually buy stuff.
How much did we get?
It was a bunch of you got like 250 each for what was in your bags of holding, and then Vasi was able to move half of his silver coins for
Was
some
that
amount.
automatically added or no?
I think Feck added it for you, but if you didn't, you should have gotten 547 gold, 2 silver, 8 copper.
Yeah, I don't think you did because I still have it. I think around the same amount.
I was gonna say I don't think I added it for you. I added it for somebody. Maybe it was.
Oh,
Moat?
you added it for Moat, yeah.
Yeah, I think I added it for Moat.
So how much should it be again?
Just posted in Roll20.
Perfect.
Perfect, thank you.
That happened, I believe, on your second day of travel. The rest of the evening goes pretty uneventfully, and we get on to the third day, which by the end of the third day, you guys should reach land, hopefully. But first, let me get a piloting check from somebody.
I hope not. Hope we get to fight more flying sharks. By the way, do we get another rest? Is that what that insinuation was?
You do. Ta-da!
Delicious.
Ooh, do I get my child divinities back? I'll use the rest of those for the other checks.
Yeah, and sorry, I'm catching up on all your messages on the side. 35, cool.
So essentially, how many checks do you need me to do? Because I can do all of them right now within the hour.
So fabricate happens over the course of 10 minutes, and how long does your channel divinity last?
10 minutes.
Okay. So if you have a proficiency, then you don't need to make a check unless you've already made one before. Otherwise, I'll just use whatever your previous one is for that.
The highest for armor is 35. For
Right.
jewelry, it's 32. I haven't made jewelry.
So here's the deal. Because there is leatherworking involved, and then there's either wood carving or carpentry involved, you're going to have to pick one or the other unless it's possible for you to stack your channel divinities.
I can.
Okay,
Nothing
perfect.
says I can't, at least.
Then yeah, if you can stack your channel divinities, and if you're willing to blow both of them to give you both of those, go and give me one of each, and we'll go from there.
For which one, though?
Give me one for leatherworking and one for wood carving.
Sure. 27. And 23.
Okay, cool.
Terrible rolls.
All right. I will make note of those. I'll try to get you some numbers for everything. At some point.
Become the new highest for those.
Yeah, and make sure you're like keeping a record of, your highest for each one of those things.
Put a note somewhere.
The Nomad channel would be super helpful.
Oh yeah, for calligraphy, for making ink. Here's a roll for that.
Oh yeah,
Do I
good
get
call.
a roll for that?
Yes.
Here we go. 30.
All right.
Some high quality ass ink. Maybe I can use that to write spells down.
And you can do that. So you're also using enhanceability, right? Which is how you're getting advantage.
Yeah.
All right.
It lasts an hour or so.
Yeah, and your channel divinity doesn't require concentration, right?
It's just a thing that happens for 10 minutes.
And fabricate, I think, is the same. It is okay. It's also instantaneous. Okay, cool. Excellent. Then yeah, this over the course of this like 3-day trip, you're getting all these parts prepared, and then finally, all at once, over the course of 10 minutes, there is just this orchestration of flesh and blood and bone being transformed into just a fucking gallery of things. There are a few suits of armor, there are vials of ink, there are folded cloths and sails, there are coils of gut string. But yeah, I'll get you exact numbers sometime over the course of the week. But you...
The sail requires like leatherworking too, right?
The sail would require leatherworking, and it's also... I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research to see if it's really even useful for that sort of thing. Not because of the quality of the material. Obviously, that would be excellent. But just the quantity of it. I don't know if the like surface area of a damaged dragon's wing would be enough to like make a sail out of.
That's okay. It's magic.
It depends on how realistic you're trying to make your dragon's wingspans. If you want something that would actually literally fly at that size, then yeah, there's going to be tons.
Yeah, I know
Way
that
more
like
than
the
that.
actual flight aerodynamics are kind of weird and hand wavy.
Why we're using fantasy flight.
With that said, I do like to lean kind of on the side of make it realistic and make it work, which means that the dragon's body is probably like kind of tiny compared to the size of their wings.
That's
So
why
yeah,
they're gargantuan. They're mostly wings.
yeah. But anyway, I'll do some
Or,
looking into it.
It's like
if
the
nothing
bumblebee
else,
rule.
you can always just sell the canvas as canvas, and then people can make whatever they want out of it.
Question regarding that.
Yeah.
So the watch's paintbrush, would the ink he made be enough that he could use that?
Potentially. I need to double check and see what the Watcher's paintbrush
It says
ink is
consumes
made out of.
25 gold worth of magic ink, vellum, and paints.
Almost.
Oh, it says. Oh, it says say created from precious gems. So I don't know if that.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. If it
I don't
specifies
know
it's
if-
made out of gems,
yeah.
then it would need to be that instead.
I guess we
Yeah.
probably could have kept some of the gems that we gave that instead of exchanging them for money. That way you can crush them to make more paint, so we could store more stuff.
I mean,
Sure,
I
we
think
could
all
just
we
grab-
exchanged were copper and silver. I don't think we exchanged any
Yeah.
gems.
Oh,
We
okay,
didn't
gotcha.
have any gems to begin with, I think.
Did those
The ones I have
merchants-
are all components.
Do the merchants have any gems on them?
so when they traded all of the currency over, a lot of what they gave you was in gold and platinum coins, but they also gave you, so like when you get to really high denominations, it's unwieldy to carry around 400 pounds of golden coins. So the next step up from platinum is just gemstones. So like you probably have a handful of just emeralds and rubies and sapphires and things like that.
Gotcha. How much does a piece of gold weigh?
50 golden coins weighs up. No, that's not right. Hang on, let me go look. That might be right. 50 gold coins is a pound, I think. Hang on.
I think that's about right. Sounds right.
It always strikes me as odd because I feel like it should be more, but
I think I'm like carrying literally 12 pounds of gold around right now. I don't know if I can move that well.
all right, yeah. In D&D 5th edition, 50 coins of any type, whether it's gold or silver or copper, is a pound.
So I should just be carrying only platinum if I can.
Yeah, or like I said, there's a little bit of hand waving here because I don't want to micromanage currency. Like inventory management is fine, but there's a certain degree where you have to do some hand waving. If you're carrying around like 7,000 gold worth of stuff, a very large chunk of that is going to be in the form of emeralds, which
Okay.
are just kind of so like you go from gold or silver to gold, gold to platinum, platinum to emeralds, and so on.
Gotcha. Because I have like 2,900 gold, so that's a lot.
We'll just say that a standard emerald is worth 100 gold pieces.
Perfect.
It's
Anyway, yeah, go.
quite a project you did here for a nomad.
There is so much still to do.
What you meaning to do with all this stuff? Just found somewhere to sell it.
Perhaps, but also he just points at the massive amount of canvas. Spare sails in case we ever get burned.
I see we learned something.
We have.
Good thinking.
And then immediately after this, we were like actually attacked by fire elementals.
Right.
This technically happened prior.
Oh, this is prior. That's fun. We're fixing to learn something. Cool. Can you take me really quickly? Sorry, I know we're in the middle of you narrating things. Can you take me to the Stillstone screen so I can see what we got in there?
Yeah. In the meantime, with a 19, double checking a thing. Weather is fine. No major troubles there. It's a bit of an annoying day in the sense that there are a lot of like just vermin attacks from little baby flying sharks and a handful of these weird psychic jellyfish that have this horrible buzzing noise that give everybody headaches, but you know they're easily dispatched. They're just kind of a pain to deal with. It's like flying through a bunch of mosquitoes for most of the afternoon. A bit of a stressful day, but by sundown, you do see off in the distance to the far east peaks of mountains that are starting to poke up over the horizon. And as night falls, you're able to put the sea behind you and make your way over land. And once there, you're pretty quickly greeted by the birds from all that time ago. But you're at a place now where you can just shoot them down or scare them off. And again, they don't pose a super huge threat for you at this level. A little bit of fighting every once in a while. You probably need to keep people on watch. And every few hours fend off some sort of a beastie. But nothing major comes up. Norda, what's up?
As we approach land, can I, with the spyglass out, just try to keep an eye out for like anything that looks like a new land mass has arisen from the sea, or any strange like geological disturbances akin to what we've seen so far?
Sure. You can give me a perception check or a survival check. Either one would kind of do different things.
I think I'll do perception.
With a 30, there are a number of just kind of streaks of yellow across the white sands of Salt Bowl that indicate to you that some of this stuff has kind of popped up, mostly near the coast. And once you get inland, there's not a whole lot of it. It doesn't seem to be nearly as prominent or ubiquitous as it was over in Little Hell. But you do see a couple of signs that a couple of these geysers had emerged. Likewise, you do see that there are a handful of spires that have kind of jutted up from the sea, mostly right at the coast, kind of creating these weird kind of teeth-like protrusions along the coast. And they're similar to what you saw as you were sailing north through the Diamonds up towards Eisenmar last time. And in other words, you get the sense that those might have appeared the last time that you guys passed by, and not just now from Awakening the Phoenix. But you surmise that the streaks of yellow are probably new. Again, mostly near the coast and also kind of south tucked up against the mountains. And once you get inland, not too prominent.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
You guys won't quite make it to Salt Bowl tonight, but you will get another short rest in, and I'll need one more vehicles check. Well, I check to see if anything weird happens.
Yeah, they're not that matter, but I'm just going to keep an eye out.
Weather is super cooperative. It looks like it's probably going to be smooth sailing. Unless anything weird comes up, let me check.
You said until we get to Salt Bowl. Are we... Did you mean on Mirage, or are we going to Salt Bowl?
You guys will be kind of passing by. It'll at least be close enough that you'd be able to see it from where you're at. Actually, let me double check the distance here. Yeah, you'd be able to see it kind of to the north as you pass by.
Okay.
But you are headed towards on Mirage.
Okay, just to broach that subject with the party, do we want to make a point of keeping our distance from Salt Bowl on account of Mr. White, or do we want to get close enough to see what's going on there?
Yeah, might as well fly ahead. Or fly overhead.
Works for me. Just wanted to keep
Might
it
as
in mind that we got enemies there.
Mm.
I'm fine checking in, see what the city's got going on now. If Mr. White wants to tangle, I'll tangle with him.
What's he gonna do? Shoot us down?
Like, damn well try. We got all this extra canvas over here. No man says we're safe from fire now. Zoom ice will be fine too.
Ice isn't as dangerous as fire for us, at least.
Speaking of shooting us down, while we're traveling, can I continue to work on the railgun?
Yes, absolutely. I assume that you three are kind of taking shifts, you and Flick and Moat, which means that you could easily put in like a good 8-hour workday every day. If you want to squeeze a little more in there every day, you might be able to. It's just going to mean not a lot of free time for crafting anything else, or any other activities, really.
Yeah, I'll do my sailing, and then in my free time I'll work on the gun, but I'm not pushing super hard.
Excellent. Let's see. It has been, I believe, 5 total days of sailing. So if you want to throw in 5 times 8, math is hard, 40 more hours of work on that. I don't know if you've got like a running tally going or anything.
I do.
And also every day.
Also every day for like the last week.
That's me. Hello. I've been very tired, and that probably explains a little bit of
That,
it.
that could definitely
You
be
were
part of it.
fine
Is-
last week.
Is it a symptom or a result?
Vitamin D is important, and if you don't go
Yeah.
outside much, you don't get it, except from
Like-
vitamins. Which
Can I
reminds me,
get
I need to
vitamin
get
D
vitamins
from
too.
dick?
No, that's just the gay joke. You don't actually get any. You
Damn.
can get a very, very small amount of zinc from it.
A reminder to everyone to please take your vitamins, especially
And
in these
potassium.
trying times.
A little potassium too, but mostly zinc.
Especially if you're probably a narcoleptic. Take your
Yeah.
vitamin D.
I'm not sure you're a narcoleptic. Have you fallen asleep like working?
No.
Okay, maybe a low tier narcoleptic.
I just get very comfortable and tired easily.
It's not narcolepsy.
I guess
That's
not.
low vitamin. It's vitamin
no.
Right.
deficiency.
Oh no.
So, somewhere in the early afternoon, far off to the north, it's difficult to see because of the way it's kind of burrowed into the earth. But you are able to spot the massive crater where Salt Bowl is contained. You do see a couple of the small buildings around its edges, especially the airship tower, are enough to let you spot it and kind of point it out, as well as the large stone bridge over part of it. And there's nothing terribly unusual about it, at least from this distance. You can see that there are a couple of small caravans going in and out. The weather has mostly dried. It's kind of just baked itself clean, glistening white. And after an hour or two, you put it behind you, unless you decide to stop or make an incident out of it.
As we're going past, I'm gonna get that spyglass and see what I can see.
Absolutely. Go and give me a perception check.
Well, the lowest. Wait, that was performance. Why did I roll that? Well, let me see. The modifiers would be plus 15, so minimum of 25 for me.
25. Yeah. In addition to everything that I just described, well, actually, you might. With the 25, you do actually notice that near the southern ramp, which is next to the tower where all the airships are, there are 3 ships there, which is kind of a little busier than you would expect for Salt Bowl. It's
I think
more
you're
than.
cutting out.
Oh no, shit. How about now?
I hear you fine.
Oh, it might be Kingdom then?
Was it me cutting out?
It might have been,
It
yeah.
might be you, yeah.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, but
Okay.
I missed. Literally, I heard there's a ramp, and then that's all I heard.
Gotcha. So you do notice that at the airship tower, there are 3 identical ships. They are kind of gilded. You can see that they're very, they're wooden ships, but they have like a golden figurehead and these bright billowing white and gold sails with just a green. Let me double check real quick so I get this right. A green lion's head in the center of it. All 3 of them are identical. They appear to be kind of like a matching fleet or a vessel. And you can see that at the base of the tower there is a collection of about 35 or 40 armed soldiers, mostly tabaxi, and most of those tabaxi are hairless. They look very similar to the Emerald Company guards that you know operate within Salt Bowl. And it just appears that there's kind of a small congregation at the airship tower. Nothing appears like super unusual, but you do see it with a 25 from there as you're looking in that direction.
Do we know what the green lion head is for?
I believe you would have seen it before, and if not, Elise can tell you that it is it's the symbol for the Emerald Company, which is a very large, technically mercenary group, but they're kind of like the official mercenary group of the Unmirage government. They do a lot of the kind of maintaining the peace in Unmirage.
Gotcha.
Official mercenaries. What a time to be alive.
Yeah,
All right.
privateers, except land, and not quite. I don't know. Some sort
Does
of.
it-
I'm sure that
does
there
it
is some fancy term for it.
So in this, I'm good. Can I make an insight check to see maybe like what these people are doing? Like if they're interacting with like specific individuals, if they're just standing around, like
Yeah, I mean, it's not so much going to be like reading expressions, but it would be more like trying to
Body language?
gauge like troop positions, or try to get some sort of an insight from something else, you can absolutely if you want.
Okay, yeah. What would I roll?
Insight is
Just
still
insight?
fine. It's just more about getting an insight on the situation rather than reading body language. So yeah, insight's still good. Um, as you were kind of observing the whole thing and trying to find some sort of like indication of why they're all there or what's going on, um, du- 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 du. You would notice that there are with this group of soldiers, um, several wagons that are fitted with large tubs like they would carry water. And you know that one of the things that the Emerald Company normally does is ferry water in and out and also ration it for the people here. But you can tell even from this distance that many of the carts are empty. And it's really hard from here to get any sort of meaningful information other than that. Yeah, you're not entirely sure. If you were to get closer, you could probably see more into the city and also read body language better, and possibly even talk to people to figure out more. But from this very far distance, about 20 miles out through a magical telescope, that's really all you get.
Gotcha. I guess I'll convey that information. Do we want to go for closer? I mean, I guess we can kind of hit it on the way back to Eisenmar, right?
I don't know as I see much of a reason to putz around with it, especially
Well, I
if
mean, keeping an eye on our enemies, right, Mr. White? Maybe as we fly over, we can see if he's around. I mean, if Varder's finding our enemies, he's going to be going to look for him, maybe, right?
I just may not know what that all has to do with the Emerald Company, unless I'm missing something.
No, but I mean, if we check on Mr. White and we see Varder talking with him, we can catch Varder. It's the
Quite
small.
unlikely that we'll
It's very
find
unlikely,
Varder
but
immediately in the act of talking to him. But
he might be in the city though. I mean, you could always scry on
I
him,
mean,
right? And we could
I
see where
could
he's
do
at.
it. I could do it right now. He has a minus 21. Check.
I mean, and that way, if we see him in Salt Bowl, we can go on over and knock him out, and then maybe remove his head again.
Sure.
Yeah. Only other thing about that company, what you're talking about, is they presumably, I don't know the word presumably, they've probably got some sort of beef with Elise on account of she sort of abandoned the city, is my understanding.
True. I guess that's why I was saying it might be better to go after we get the necklaces. Not that it might be any help, but
Yeah, I think probably on Mirage first, and then see what the situation is after that.
She seemed to be accepted, at least when she kept her distance here in the past.
Yeah, she seemed all right there as long as she kept her hood up. I just mean going and talking to those people in particular. I'm sure we'd be all right, but Lee's would probably want to stay behind.
Hide in
I
the
guess
ship.
she'd know better than I would. I don't know.
We'll ask her when she wakes up.
She's very tired today.
I heard her stomach was acting up.
I'm sure she's very nervous about to go back to her kingdom and all that. Plus, we're all about to go see a city we've been talking about for like 7 years out of character.
That must be nice.
What must be nice?
Going back to your kingdom.
Yeah.
You just say the word, Gale. I'll storm those gates with you right now. I just figure probably won't get real far.
Yeah. Probably for the best.
Do you have a plan for that, by the way?
Not at all.
It is never too late to start planning. Just pulls out a bunch of like sheets of paper.
I don't know a whole hell of a lot about
We've
dragons.
been collecting information on the Oz family for quite some time now. We should probably collate everything we know and find out a proper course of action.
I think I could come up with a plan if I could get some information about what's happened over the past year or so. Like, I know the city and the area. If I know what's been done as far as his defenses, I can probably find a way to get us in and get us to him, assuming that that's where he's been residing.
I might be making this sound simpler than it is, but could we? I mean, hell, could we just go in whatever way you and Marvel came out, just under the water?
Well, the issue with that is that, I mean, Marvel and I just barely scraped by down there. Like, we've all seen the kinds of things that are down there, and I don't have a submersible anymore.
Could we build one? I ain't know nothing about building, but you built this boat. Could you build a submersible?
I could try, but I don't know how effective it'll be against the things that are down there.
We would try to apply some defensive attachments to it, I assume. You've been working on these, you call them railguns?
Yeah.
Would they work underwater?
Sort of not. Well, they would technically work, I think, but it'd also be pretty dangerous to anybody using them.
I know the sea ain't safe, but we've been under the sea before. We did all right. At least escaped with our lives.
We do plan on going back under as well at some point.
So I think there's still a lot for us to learn from that place. Or if not that, it seems to me from the couple dragons that we done tangled with, best thing to do is not to fight them on their turf or on their terms either. Find some way to get him to come to us. I don't know if there'd be a way to do it.
I don't think so. He's, against my better judgment, I'm gonna call him smart. And he has enough resources that he doesn't need to come out personally.
It's true. How did they find us in Limbo? A normal scrying spell would not have unearthed us. He must have resources beyond magical.
Sorry, I'm out of character remembering. Like, if we know how he found him there.
Yeah,
But
we do not know that.
Right.
To be fair, I didn't. All I said was that it was Limbo. I didn't give specific location.
I know, that's why, like, it's weird, right? Like, how did he find us?
Somebody fucking narked. I'm
So
telling
it's
you,
fucking
throughout the
Varder. It was Varder. It's gotta be Varder.
It's
Definitely
Wait.
Varder.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
Varder's
no,
innocent of like
Varder-
at least one thing.
We know that Varder, literally, we scried on him talking to Ozymandias, like, you know.
It's gotta be Varder, right? It's a Varder or Uno, but we didn't see Uno, and Varder was right there watching us go inside. It's gotta be Varder.
Straight up like, all right, Varder, we're gonna go inside this place for a few days. Bye. We trust you.
for some reason we decided to trust him.
Would you like me to use the 2 days to ask these two druids what happened? He holds up the two skulls, now nicely polished.
I'm kind of a fan of the intrigue, personally.
I hate intrigue. I want the answers.
It's an Orcish word for intrigue.
Waste of
Boonga
time.
boonga, huh?
Perfect. I don't like the hun either. I'd rather know.
That way we'll know at least what we're facing if they were ambushed. if there were more forces than just that kobold. I don't remember the name. Did she say the name?
It's Stannis.
Stannis. Baratheon?
First of her name.
Thanks, Baratheon, for
Stanix got you.
Like-
There's an X.
My name is
Ah.
Gale. 27th of my name.
Yeah, when Feck gets back, I'll spend the last 2 days because I get this once a day.
Do you
But-
need more mana? Because I'm at cap now, and I'm just going to be start losing mana soon,
Sure.
wasting rests. I get three a night.
I don't know how that item works or if it can pass hands, but I also am capped on mana. I only get 2.
Yeah. So let me look at it real quick. If you look under it's the mana siphon bracelet. 2 creatures attuned to it, up to 25 points of mana can be transferred per long rest before the bracelet's power is drained. So it'd only be able to create the max of that, but you can only transfer 5 mana per single day. So I could transfer 5, and you could transfer 5, and as long as after it's to 25, it's just done.
I can only do 2, but I can do 2 if you want to tack 2 more out of that.
So you need an item to double rest. You just need us to give you all of our mana before when you're resting.
Ooh, I like the sound of that. I'm currently at 68 out of 94.
All right, I'll be able to give you probably another 5 today if you want to get another 5 today. My max is really easy to meet. It's just 14.
So mine's only 6, so I don't want to give up 5 of it at a time.
Yeah.
No, I don't blame you.
I can give up my daily recovery, which is 2 because I'm maxed.
I give a little bit more because I'm I don't really cast. I'm a hunter smart kind of guy.
Happily
Preferably
take
you
2
did that.
if you have the time for it. It's like a
You say just an hour to a 2.
Oh my
and then
God.
on a 2.
We should upgrade this bracelet. We can put more gems into it. Maybe make it so we can transfer more.
yeah. What's its current like?
Volume is at, let's see, 8.
Oh yeah, we could do fucking
Yeah.
27 now.
We just have to make sure it doesn't become attunement.
Yeah.
Wait, could we remove the
it
attunement? That would actually,
yeah.
if we could remove the attunement, that'd be even
Yeah,
better.
even better because it currently is attunement.
Yeah. What other items do I have that I can upgrade?
I'm just really excited to see Gale use the railguns because I want to see how they work and how effective they are as anti-dragon artillery.
What is our current max out again?
27.
Okay. Because
Or 24, and you can't roll any lower than the 10, which is great
Yeah.
because I've rolled 2s. Lots of
Yeah.
2s.
Or both if they work
the
together.
the Watcher's Monocle has a 23 volume. We could put something even better in there. I don't know what else the monocle could do.
I don't know if we could improve the Watcher's Monocle.
I could just, I don't know. I have X-ray vision with it too. How cool would that
Yeah,
be?
What stone is in it?
Say with only 5 more volume, I don't think
okay.
you get much.
So it has a yellow 6C 18V and a yellow 3C 5V. So I guess just keep pumping yellows into it and just see if I can see to the end of the universe.
Sight beyond sight.
I'm no scientist, but I think that means you could only add 1 more 3C yellow stone without needing super compact stones.
Right.
I don't know how much you can really squeeze out of
So
that.
how do the
come
compacts
back.
work again?
Compact stones are just good stones that take up less space. They're
So-
great all around. The downside is that they're incredibly expensive because they're very hard to obtain.
So lower C is better, and right?
Higher C, lower V is good. V for volume. You want volume to be low.
Oh, okay. So volume's how physically big it is then?
Yeah, it is literally, so V is just, it's a shorthand for cubic inches. And the smaller, the better.
Okay, and our cap is at volume, or our cap is for C?
Yeah, the cap is based on volume. So you could theoretically squeeze as much C into something as you could, as long as the volume was low enough.
Okay. I'll have to like look at the chart to see like what's good volume per Cs then.
Yeah, for sure.
6C 18V sounds huge.
18 cubic inches is a very, very large stone. With that said, compared to other 60 stones, I can go take a look real quick. But then I want to jump back to another thing that came up while I was AFK.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You're
Real-
good. You're good. I'm just catching up on everything. Normally, a 6V stone or 6C stone, like the normal, totally non-dense baseline size for one is 64V, which is too big to like put in anything. You can sometimes make like a permanent fixture around it, but there's no way you're stuffing 64
Gotcha.
cubic inches
So
into
this is
a weapon.
pretty good then.
Yeah, getting one that is 16, so 6E16 would normally be worth about 2,400 gold pieces. In other words, you've got about $250,000 worth in that one stone right there.
In a fancy monocle.
Yeah. Yeah, you're if you had 5 of those monocles, it'd be worth about $1 million.
Cool. All right, thanks.
Okay,
It's a real expensive monocle.
very expensive. To jump back real quick to a thing that I heard while I was giving birth to some foul demon. Leon is going to jump in as you're talking about going back to Storm Cellar. And the plan of defense, or rather your plan for infiltration. And he does
Sorry,
say...
just to clarify really quick, Leon or Leo?
Sorry, Leo, not Leon.
Leon mask for a second. I'm like, what?
Nope. Yep, Leon doesn't know shit about Storm Cellar. Leo. Although I do love that turtle fucker, and I
Me too.
obviously had his name on my mind. Anyway, Leo jumps in. He's like, I was getting information for a short time through those letters. And they stopped after a while, and that's when I got really, really nervous. But maybe if we could try to reconnect with her somehow? She sent that coded message, and if I remember correctly, you figured it out almost instantly looking over to Gale. I cracked my head on that thing for months, and I didn't make any headway. I'm really impressed, honestly. But that might be a clue as to how to get in. I do know because she told me that they did something to the cellar door. They made it... I think it now, like, covers every way in and out. They turned it into an egg, basically. Instead of just keeping the storm out through the big main cavern opening, it wraps all the way around, down into the mines and over to the sea to the north. As far as I know, the whole city is basically trapped in this force. And I don't know how they're getting food. I don't know how they're getting water. I don't know how they're even getting fresh air. But that's one of the last things that I heard from her before the letters stopped.
Disintegrate, understood.
So wait, who sent those letters?
Double checking what is her name. Why do I not just put this in? See, I made this cool wiki that I could use for keeping notes, and then I just throw everything in a text file anyway. Hang on.
My wiki is meticulously updated.
Oh my god, it must be so nice. I had such high, like, standards for myself for the first couple of months, and then, like, I mean, once you start the text file, it just all goes in the text file, and there's no going back. Poe. Oh, I mean, you remember Poe. And you would. She is just kind of a normal kobold in the city. But you know that Leo's kind of crushed on her real hard for a long time.
Okay, because I thought all those letters were from you and Marvel.
No, so... Wait, double checking. No, it wasn't Marvel. No, it was... no, they were in, my journal. Remember the black book?
Oh, those ones.
Yeah, those ones.
Okay.
Yeah. But it had that big code in it, and you figured it out, like, overnight. And I...
The really easy.
Yeah.
he's wicked smart.
It didn't make any sense to me though, because like I was expecting it to be some cool like help, we're in danger and we're being, eaten alive and you need to use this password to find the mighty sword and come save us and be the hero that I know you've always been. But instead it was just a bunch of numbers and stuff, and that doesn't, I don't know. I guess maybe I didn't solve it because I was looking for the wrong thing. Maybe. But deep down inside, you know he didn't solve it because he's not very bright.
Don't say that.
He helped
I
make
only
a ship.
had a brain.
He's beautiful and wonderful and courageous beyond all reason, but he's not a smart kobold.
Is this Marvel or Leo?
This is Leo. Marvel.
Oh yeah, Leo.
Marvel
Okay,
is
no, Marvel's an excellent.
Marvel's a smart kobold. Marvel's
like
also
that.
a coward.
I like that Nomad went with excellent because his only measure of goodness is smartness. Marvel's an excellent kobold, not like this Leo.
This Leo will do in a pinch.
He's cowardly.
So you think that if we can get into contact with Poe, we might be able to find out more about what's happened?
Maybe, or something. All I know is that one of the last things that I ever heard from her was this. And after that, the correspondence stopped. And frankly, I've been really worried, and I've been, trying to keep a stiff upper lip, because I know that we've all got things that we're trying to fix and stuff, but, I do miss home, and I miss her, and maybe there's something there. I don't know.
Do you have anything of Poe's?
That letter, she sent it to me.
What about her DNA?
No, man, we don't have anything like that.
The letter will suffice for now.
Where would DNA, what is DNA?
Her blood.
Her
Or flesh.
Her blood or flesh? Oh, boy.
Do you have any part of her body?
Would it be weird if I did?
No.
Extremely.
Not for Nomad, it wouldn't be weird.
Not for anyone with a scrying spell.
I was trying to think of a situation where, there's something that wouldn't be weird for you to have, but no, literally any part of her body would be weird.
You've
to
never.
No.
Wait.
You've never had the lock of hair
Yeah,
sent
you've
to
never
you
done like
because-
a. Well, we don't have hair, but you've never.
I know this.
They like those guys do locks of hair, which is actually kind of weird and creepy. Hair is gross, but like we do, like you've never traded scales with somebody. Wait a second,
doesn't
Gail.
get out often.
Gail, have you ever like, had a girlfriend or a boyfriend?
This isn't the point of this discussion.
No, it is.
He's
It
been-
is now.
We need.
He's been
If you
married.
have a piece of Poe, we need it right now.
Oh, all right, fine. And by a stroke of luck, you do see that he kind of fishes through his little black journal. And near the front of it, there are a handful of things that are tucked in. There's a pressed mushroom that has been dried, but it still gives off just a little bit of a faint blue glow. And then there is a kind of small shield-shaped, kind of golden yellow scale. This isn't gonna like, destroy it or anything, is it?
No. Next, I must enter your mind.
Okay, but why?
Because I need to know how Poe looks like.
Oh,
You would remember her vividly because you have feelings for her, do you not?
don't say vividly. Are you gonna see like exactly what I'm thinking about?
Only if you think about that exact moment.
Well, now that
I
we're
just need-
talking about it, we're going to, of course. Like, okay, hang on, give me a second.
Please take 30 minutes of your time to compose yourself. Physically, if you must. Here's some tissue.
Hey, do you want me to help you walk through the breathing exercises I usually do when my head gets too full of horny
it's fine.
thoughts?
I'm thinking about breakfast now. Okay, all right. Okay, go do it now.
Breakfast doesn't make you horny?
What? Anyway, yeah, he detects thoughts.
All right. You do see, in sort of a torch-lit, just a stone building. Kind of, it would be right in front of it on kind of the what would it be? It'd be like patio seating. But you can see that there's almost like a canal-style sidewalk. But instead of having a canal, there's a fucking 500-foot drop down into darkness. And you can see that maybe 80 or 90 feet across this giant chasm are more buildings kind of carved into the stone and another, the other side of this kind of canal. And there are bridges that connect the two that jump across the ravine, and there are kobolds going about their day, going in and out of shops on both sides of this canal. And you can see that to one direction it opens up to a large cavern opening, and you can see that there's a raging storm outside. But there's just this faint, translucent kind of green field of energy that keeps the storm at bay. And then in the other direction, you can see that it connects to a large, just rocky face of a wall, where there are silver and gold trim and murals and carvings. And it appears to be some sort of a temple or a castle that is just built into the side of the stone thing. And you can see that sitting across from him in a stone carved table is just another kind of yellowish, golden scaled kobold. And they're laughing and they're having a good time. They're eating some sort of, looks like mushrooms and some sort of boiled crickets for breakfast. And they're having a nice talk. And then every once in a while he loses control of his thoughts and it flashes to terrible images and, you get all that too. But he tries his best.
This is
Okay,
just
all
the
right.
surface thoughts after all.
Are you done?
So, yeah, he just says, think of Poe, and then while that's happening, he's going to use his Child Divinity to give himself painter's tools. And he's gonna do a little sketch of her with just like a quill and ink.
Sure. Go and give
On the
me
surface.
a check.
It is 35.
All
This
right.
is a really
Like fucking iRobot. Over the course of 10 or 15 minutes, you throw together a very, very competent sketch of her. And to a bystander, it kind of just looks like a generic yellow kobold. But you do manage to catch several of the features that are very unique to her. She's got kind of these like droopy eyes. Her cheekbones are a little bit prominent. There's just a handful of features that you manage to catch, and he's like, "Oh wow, that's kind of creepy, actually. You got that out of my head?"
This is only possible because you knew her so vividly.
I said, "What? Stop using the word vividly, man.
What is wrong with the word vividly?
I don't know. This whole thing feels very intrusive."
I am digging into your brain for this.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Then.
That's why he asked for permission first.
Okay, all right. So how's this gonna help?
This will
This
help
is where we
because
find out he just drew Gale.
this is Gale the entire time.
That's why it's weird.
It's
Okay.
not like I like you or anything.
Right. So what are the on the site you have like classifications for how well you know a person? Would Poe count as like you've seen casually
Let me double check.
instead of familiar? Because I'm certainly not familiar with her.
Past rules, ruling, familiarity. This is for the purposes of scrying.
Mhm. This might be second hand. I've heard of the target.
You're familiar with her. You have seen
Okay.
her up close with the help of magic.
Okay, cool. So, and I have a likeness or picture. I have a possession or garment, the letter, and a body part scale. This is a minus 21 to the save modifier.
Oh
So,
yeah, she's probably screwed.
I mean, she's not a bad person. Unless she is a bad person. Anyway,
She is.
please give me 10 minutes. And he just gathers all these things in front of him. Starts the process. They start like floating in front of him, and he just closes his eyes, and he starts floating. And the lotus sitting position, whatever you call that, cross-legged. And it takes 10 minutes to scry on her.
All right.
Okay. You didn't need all that, but
Your vision almost instantly connects with her. Oh boy, give me a luck check.
this is where it fucks over. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. One of the very first things that you notice as your vision shifts, is there is all around you a haze, a thick haze, a fog that lingers in the air, that is just kind of this faint green mist. It swirls all around, up and down this chasm, all around the force field that you can see off in the distance, where a storm rages outside, kind of billowing against it like a vape cloud off a window. And it just seems to be filling this entire chamber, even as massive as it is. And as you look around, you can see that she is walking down this canal and past other kobolds, who all just have this kind of stuporific gaze on their faces. All of them seem to be just tired and weary.
It's not a trance or anything, right? They're just like
It,
kind of downbeaten or whatever.
give me an insight check.
Sure. I've been somewhat studying the mind. Eh,
It's,
I know kobolds well.
it's more than physical exhaustion. It appears very much to be some sort of loss of self. It is they're under control. They're being manipulated somehow. And you can actually recognize in a lot of their eyes the same patterns that you saw in Gale. And who else was it? It was Gale, Ace, and somebody else that got affected by the Formula.Z. That's right, you.
Oh, yeah.
You can see that their eyes are being affected the same way that theirs were, by that third and most potent formula that Stanix used.
More powerfully.
And you can see that although there's a lot of commotion, a lot of people going back and forth, there's nobody sitting at the patios having relaxing breakfast. There's nobody laughing by the windows. Everybody is working. There are people hauling carts back and forth over to the main temple. There are people that are performing magical rituals right on the street, drawing sigils and runes all over surfaces and doors and windows. And you can see that walking among the regular kobolds are several in dark robes, similar to the winged creatures that you saw way, way back in the day, back in Saltpool, when this adventure was very first starting. They walk openly on the streets now. They have these curved daggers at their side. Some of them carry large tomes. And give me a perception check.
I'm not good at those, but here you go. I had a +7, but it's a
Alright.
5.
You do see that she seems to be hauling just kind of a small cart. And in that cart, let's see, what would she have for this? She would have... yeah, she would, because of what she does. You can see that she has a small wooden cart that is filled with straw and this kind of light, fluffy, almost moss-like substance. And resting on top of that light, fluffy, moss-like substance are 8 or 9 fairly large kobold-sized eggs. And she's currently walking down the canal towards, away from the force field, towards the large kind of castle built into the side of the wall. And over the course of 10 minutes, it's a long walk, and she makes this with absolutely no conversation, no interactions with other kobolds. It's just a straight walk all the way there. But the vision ends about 3 minutes before she gets to the doorway.
Just for clarification, are these eggs the size of kobolds or eggs for kobolds?
The size of a kobold's egg.
Okay.
Nomad describes it as he appears. First the architecture, and then the state of the kobolds. He says like there's emptiness in their eyes, they're under control, it seems. No one is talking to each other, no one is socializing, everyone is working. This reminds me very much of a hive. And he describes just her walking to the very end until 3 minutes before she reaches the area. That ends. She is well as anyone within that mindset can be. Though we may have to find a way to extract whatever that is Ozadirith has put in you. Whatever it is, it may cloud your judgment in a later date. Or maybe
Based-
now.
Based on Nomad's description only, so it's a long shot, does Gale appear to still be suffering any detrimental effects of Formula O.Z?
You can give me a medicine check or an investigation check or even just an insight check if you want to do his person or like his behavior.
I want to do a medicine check on Ace to see what the difference is.
Sure.
Say,
Looking over the two of them very carefully, nothing since that battle has really resonated strongly with them. They had a bit of, a sore throat and a bit of mucus buildup for a couple of hours after the fight. But that's pretty normal anytime you get into an encounter with, like, a gas attack or poison or anything like that. And there have been no lingering signs of anything wrong with them. And even with close investigation now, their eyes appear normal, their behavior appears normal. There's no indication that anything is wrong with them.
it only appeared briefly at the time, right?
Yes.
When the poison was activated. Now it's gone.
Oh, hey, this ain't related to nothing, but on the subject of checkups, come over here for a second, Nomad.
Huh?
Does his neck still appear healed of the weird curse bruise that came upon it? Are there any new signs of weird curse bruises on him?
Oh, let me get my Gorget off. Is it Gorget? I am fully armored at all times.
Well, I'm doing checkups anyway.
Sure, go and give me another check for him.
And I give him a help action.
Yeah, sure. You're trained, yeah.
Yeah, just roll it again. Oh, okay, 23 will work.
It appears to be fine. The neck injuries have healed, and no new ones have resurfaced. Apart from, the minor scratches you would expect from your past battles, he appears to be in okay condition.
Another question now.
Kinda.
Is Flick's mom with us?
I believe he decided yes. So she is with you, and so is Cass, and they are probably just hanging out in the belly of the ship. And so is his sister.
her.
Cass is here too.
Yeah, he's here.
Cass and Mom and Sis are all here.
What
that's
is
fine.
her status? Is she okay? Is she sick again?
She seems to be doing all right. Yeah, in fact, she's doing about as well as you have ever seen her since you first met her. She's a little bit antsy. She gets real nervous every time that there's like any sort of an attack, which is understandable because for a normal person it would potentially be the end of the world. But you guys, even after handling the first few fights very, very exceptionally, she still gets nervous every time a flying shark bangs against the side of the window. But physically she seems fine. Apart from her, like, permanent, long-standing disabilities.
Imagine at some point a shark bangs against the side of the ship. We flip it up onto the deck, beat it to death, and serve it for food later.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't know if those are edible though. Are they like super mutated?
No, they're totally natural creatures. They are beasts. They're just animals. You could eat them like
Yeah.
any other shark.
I don't know what shark
soup out of
meat tastes
those.
like. Yeah.
Also, how's D doing? I
Um,
have no reason to believe he's under any sort of influence or poison, but I'm just curious.
At first initial glance, he seems fine. In fact, he seems to be like kind of hyped that not only did he finally get to go out on this first adventure, but it wound up with both of you going on the same adventure, and he gets to beat up flying sharks with you. He's having a good time.
Hell yeah.
The initial worry of
Yeah,
like
I imagine.
being
Sorry,
concerned that like you were wrapped up in a weird cult seems to have kind of faded the more that he's gotten to know all of your traveling companions and see that like they're not weird cultists, they're just normal people.
I mean, they're weird,
Might also be
That's a stretch.
cultists.
but they're not cultists.
That's fair. But also he did
Some
see
of them
the
may be
sky, so
cultists, but we're not all part of the
he,
same cult.
he did have a dream that his mom said that you were right and it was all kind of a deceitful lie and that you're not the bad guys. And that dream
Oh, that's
really
good.
seemed to put him to rest, especially in particular. But
I'm glad to hear that.
even apart
Casual
from
manipulation.
yeah, even apart from that trickery, no, he's been doing all right. Moat is objectively a cultist. He is 100% a cultist.
Yeah, we don't have to like play it out in character, but I imagine Vasu's. I'm very curious about his fighting style when you mentioned like the brass gauntlet or knuckle duster things he had, and I also just want to hear about what his adventure was like before he got wrapped up into mine and he's tagging along in it now.
Yeah, he will say that he was initially sent down the east coast towards Gyara to kind of just check up on a couple of potential leads that direction. And it was about the time that they got to Gyara that the news broke, and then everybody else kind of was like, hey, dude, you should probably go home or something. And he was like, fuck that. I want to get somewhere where there's, like, a messaging service. So he went back home as quick as he could, and then did a little bit of research and communication, learned that you guys were recently in Seattle, got a little bit of help getting over there via magic, and then waited there for you. And as for his fighting style, let me go double check this real quick so I don't fuck it up.
Did his brass knuckles have little like indentations on them so they leave cool scars?
They say love and hate in each game.
I hate it so much.
No, if he did that, I would slap him.
One of them says I'm Brittany and the other one says bitch.
I'd be okay with that. What if they just say right and left?
That's pretty cool.
Does he have trouble figuring out which one goes with which?
That he gets to like investigate whoever he fights afterwards to like, you know, see if he's throwing too many left hooks.
Yeah.
Balance
makes sense.
your strikes.
So initially his fighting style, it just kind of seems like very generic, kind of entry-level monk stuff. He prefers hand-to-hand combat over the use of weapons, which is a bit different from you. It gets him real up close and personal. He doesn't have the benefit of like a 15-foot reach or anything like that, but he just puts those knuckles to work. However, there is a point where he was in a little bit of a pickle with one of the flying sharks, and in a moment of desperation and wanting to pull out all the stops, you did see that he kind of clapped his hands together and made a tiny little miniature sun, and then slung it at one of the sharks.
Ooh, radiant monk, you say?
Yeah,
Maybe.
is this a thing that I would recognize as like a 4 elements spell?
It's very, very close.
Just
It's
something
the
that I
fifth
could have
element,
done?
sun.
It's closely associated with the element of fire, but it especially focuses on the fire of the sun, and the light that comes from it, and kind of a connection to the sky and the sun and fire.
The DBZ.
Hey, that's my shtick.
What? It's like half of your party stick. Everybody here uses fire.
But like the sun thing
I don't.
especially. I mean, all my like a lot of my spells and my spears name. I can't.
Well, I mean,
I guess we can both do it.
yeah, I mean, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, right?
Are you calling me a tree?
No,
No,
You've always been a bit of a
calling
fruit.
I'm calling you an apple. Hey, you're a fruit.
What?
But really, though, you're gay, right?
No.
Really? Because I've seen the way you look at cats.
Shut up.
So has everyone.
No, it's fine. I just, there's no need to be in denial about it.
Yeah, you're right. Do you think? Nah, Mom already knows. Of course she knows.
Of course she does. Are you kidding me? You should hear what she says about you behind her back.
What does she say behind my back?
Nice things.
Of course. I pat him on the shoulder and I'm like, I'm glad Ma didn't raise no snitch.
It is about this time, unless you guys have anything urgent that you wanted to do over the course of the afternoon.
This
I'm
is
gonna
not.
message. I'm gonna send to my mom and be like, "Hey, I heard you were talking shit."
This This is not even remotely urgent at all, but just a thing that Norda does at some point during the day is I'll get out the mask of Marching Mountain Blood and see if I can communicate with Paramenos and if his spirit is still like in there. I assume so.
Yes, I'm here. Many of my memories are left behind, but I have at least enough semblance to remember basic things and talk.
That's, I guess, kind of what I wanted to talk to you about. I don't know nothing about it, but my friends would know a lot about magic. Tell me if I put this here mask onto an object, I can. Would you want to fight if you could? I don't want to feel like I don't want to use you if you'd rather rest. You've been through a lot.
Oh, well, that's kind of the nice thing about all of this, is I can do both at the same time. I'm effectively in two places right now. Well, and actually 2 places is better than where you found me initially, which was in about 8 or 9 different places. In other words, what I'm saying is I'm happy to help, and it's not a detriment to me. It barely impacts me at all, actually. In fact, if anything, and I think I can speak for all of us, it's been nice to see the outside world again. Time is a little different after you pass, but it still has been quite some time since I've seen the outside. I'd almost forgotten what the sea looks like.
Yeah, it's something. I can imagine it got a little old living in that dusty old place.
It is. You know, every culture has their different thoughts on what happens afterwards and all these stories of the afterlife, and from what I've heard from Leon, many of them apparently used to be true. I don't know if it is just the fate of us avatars, or if something really is wrong with all of the afterlife, like he says, but it's not all it's cracked up to me. And that was a big thing to be disappointed by, you know? So, I don't know, getting out of that temple has been nice. I'm happy to fight, I'm happy to help, to study, whatever you want.
This might be out of line. You can tell me if it is, but did you know what you was getting into when you went into all this? Did you know that you'd wind up stuck in a mask for all of forever?
I did, in fact, probably better than almost any of the others. Save, oh, I don't know. I think it would be me, actually. Um, I had years, decades of study. I stayed with the Order for a very long time, learning everything that I possibly could before I took on this journey. I had a pretty good idea of what I was going into. I expected to die on that mountain, although not the way that I did. And afterwards, I expected to serve for, if not eternity, then at least for until the next Phoenix was needed, which, for all I knew, could have been 50 years or 5,000 years. I knew very clearly what I was getting into. I still thought it was the right thing to do.
All right, then. That's good enough for me. I wouldn't. I don't like the idea of putting you to work if this isn't something you signed up for, but if it's what you signed up for, then I'll put you to work.
I like that idea a lot, actually. Especially if I can be part of a team. It seems that you guys have a good thing going here, odd as you all are. And it's been some time since I've, you know, seen a bunch of people rally together for something that they believe in. It does me good.
I'm glad to hear it. We'll get it worked out when we get to town here. I don't know much about how to do it, but my friends do.
Of course, of course.
That's
Ace, what's up?
I just wanted to try taking the stones out of the longbow of poison and then trying to combine some of them while we're doing travel time.
Absolutely. Let's see, what stones does it have in it currently?
It has our 4 0C1V stones.
401 greens. Okay, perfect. I'm going to go ahead and disenchant this. 4 stones means 2 merges, so go ahead and give me 2 Tinkerstools checks.
Gotcha. Do I have assistance on this at all,
If
or
you would
just roll
like
by myself?
assistance.
Yeah, I just don't know how busy you were.
No, currently he's not doing anything like crazy.
Okay. Then should I roll for, or should you? I don't know which one this is. I know I have like the more reliable thing for it.
I could do it if you want.
I don't mind. I'll do. How about we both do one?
Let's both do one. Well, it'll be me helping you to do something.
Well, there's
Sure.
there's 4 total, so we would be doing
Oh, yeah,
2
that's fair.
fusions.
Let's do it.
30
Then
and
Here's what for me with match. 20 save.
27. Those are both pretty good. Let's see what the DCs were. Oh no!
33. Oh damn.
So it goes
62 in one of them.
it goes totally fine. There's no way to like fail a merge. It just means that you don't
Yeah.
get a lucky merge, which
Yeah,
means
that's
they each come out exactly as a normal merge would go, which is a 1C 2V.
You want these merged?
And then can we merge those 2 together?
You
Yeah.
absolutely can.
Here you go. Do
All
the
right.
match.
Yeah.
28. Here comes the DC.
Let's hope.
Oh,
no, barely.
So another successful merge gives you a
My inspiration.
2C 4V.
I think I already had advantage. I don't know if inspiration will let me.
Yeah.
Damn shame.
No.
Though.
Can't triple stamp a double stamp. I forget what that's from. It's from something.
So now we have a 2C 4B.
It's yours.
Can you?
Do
Do they have to be the same size to fuse them, right? At the same volume, or just,
They have to be the same
Yeah.
power level, not necessarily the same volume. So any 2, like you could do a pair of 3Cs or a pair of 1Cs, even if they were different sizes.
gotcha.
You got this average though.
It is about this time, as you guys are making your way east, that you come to the large mountain range, where you had seen the city nestled once before. At night, all of the kind of lights from the town were shining, and that's what allowed you to spot it, kind of tucked up against the crook of a mountain. And you start to basically ride this mountain ridge northward in search of the city. And you feel like you're pretty close. And we'll probably be there in a matter of an hour or so. But then an hour passes, and there hasn't been any sign of it. No people coming or going, no roads, no signs of the building, no lights. And then another half hour goes by, and still there's no sign of it. And then another half hour goes by, and you kind of get to this big valley breach where like the mountains end, and you're pretty certain that the city was down in those mountains that you just passed by, and there has still been no sign of it.
At least we
Which
Missing
which city?
On Mirage.
which apparently is a mirage. Is there a trick to this, Elise?
Oh no. Maybe, but if there is, it's not good. There, maybe fly a little lower. But be ready. If they've turned on the Mirage, then something has gone very wrong.
Right. I'm going to send my manifested mind 300 feet ahead of us.
All right.
To kind of scout ahead while we're going forward.
All right.
I'm gonna cast a spell on myself.
Excellent.
Nice.
All right. As you guys kind of bring the ship down and you start to head back south, it's starting to get towards evening. The sun is dipping down, and actually there would be a kind of an orange glow of sunset when all at once, as you kind of brush around the corner of a tall mountain, the city just seems to kind of fade into view from very, very close. It doesn't appear until you're maybe a quarter of a mile away from it, and about as far above it. And you can feel yourself almost being pulled through this large illusion, this Mirage Arcane that had obscured it from before. But you do see a city.
Holy shit, it's on Mirage. After
What's
all
the music
these-
that plays for this?
Hey, we don't have
Gerudo
Moat to give us
Valley?
music. Hold on, I'll get you my desert playlist.
Excellent.
Is it Gerudo Valley?
Oh, I feel like
Gerudo.
Gerudo's
Gerudo
on it.
Valley feels a little too upbeat for it. I'd lean like
Is it like shit? What's the name of the Act 3 town from Diablo 2?
oh my
Is
god.
it Sunshade from Octopath?
Ooh, on a good day it
I've
might be
never played that
Sunshade.
one,
Yeah,
so I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Today is a day of meanness.
What is it? Old Doom, Old Dumb. What was it from World of Warcraft? The I think it was Oldham. I forget. That one had a vibe.
There's my desert town playlist.
But as the city comes into view and as you breach through this illusion, you see everything that you see here. You can see that there are a lot of stone buildings and even tents that are just kind of built right along the mountains. Towards the sands, they get a little bit more squalid and simple. But even out there, you can see that there are a handful of large and very historic-looking buildings. Ancient buildings that appear to have been around for a very long time. A little bit deeper up, you can see that there's a little shelf against the mountains where there is an oasis that has been formed. Water kind of pools down in the bottom of this bowl, and you can see that there is life that has kind of grown around it. There's a greenery that spreads throughout the entire bowl, and you can see that's also where a lot of the nicer buildings are, including one very, very, very large stone building that is kind of tucked against the northern face of one of these mountains. But as you look down from this distance, even without the use of your spyglass, you don't see a lot of movement. Somebody give me perception checks, and you can use the spyglass if you want. And let me get a couple of checks.
Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Sorry, Roll20 is being real slow for me. The lowest I can roll on that is a 25.
25. As you both look down, the streets are nearly empty. There's almost nobody going in and out. The very few people that you do see outside are just kind of, standing in place idly. A couple of them appear to be chatting with each other, perhaps. There's one that's standing in front of like a fruit stall. But you do also see that there are creatures that are kind of just walking across the street. At first they look like large ravens or crows or something like that. But then with a 25, you're able to get a really good look at a couple of them, and you can see that they look like just these dark black birds, like hawks or falcons or eagles, but they don't have heads. Instead, where their head would be, there's just a block, just a square. It's like their heads have been replaced with just a cube.
The fuck?
And there's maybe, 9 or 10 of these scattered about that you can see. And they're just kind of hopping, not really even flying unless, except for every once in a while when they have to. But they seem to just kind of land near these people and tilt their heads sides to them and kind of, I don't know, just kind of roost near them and wait. Like they're just kind of, sitting on the streets next to these people that are standing still. The entire place just seems eerily quiet and still.
Are there any just regular ass animals about? Birds specifically flying anywhere nearby?
With a 22, you can see that there are a... Oh, actually, wouldn't... You don't actually, no. You don't see any regular animals.
Interesting. I was thinking about trying to find one of the locals to talk to, see what's going on here, but there's not so much as a bird around here.
Ace, could you try your ping?
Yeah, and I'll do my ping.
Alright, you spend a moment in concentration and try to connect with this city. And you can kind of feel through the veins of the wind. There's a large presence of humanoids down there. Very large, in fact, probably in the order of, I don't know, 95,000-ish. It's a pretty large city. And they all ping as humanoid. But as you kind of like look over and try to make some sort of sense of all of these presences that you can sense but not see, you can tell first of all that there's a large concentration of them in this large building on the north side. But then there's also a large concentration in this building and kind of in this building, and dotted about. You do see that, you can sense them in other buildings as well. It just seems that they must all be indoors, aside from, a small handful of them, maybe a few hundred of them that are out in the open.
Anybody know what them big blockhead birds is? I ain't never seen nothing like that.
It's an Arcana.
No idea.
Arcana
Also,
would work, but
Do I
go ahead.
do I get anything weird with detect magic?
With a 30-foot range, you do definitely sense a field
shit,
of
that's
illusion that you pass through at one point. In fact, you almost see it like shimmer towards you like a giant bubble that you're entering. But beyond that, it's really hard to sense anything else.
Question: you say we go through a shield of illusion? How does my monocle respond to that before you can get there?
I always forget. Is your true sight 120 or is it unlimited?
It's 120.
Then yeah, you would basically see like 90 feet ahead of everyone else. The illusion breaks. It appears that there was some sort of an illusory image that has been placed over the entire city to conceal it. And when you pass close enough, you basically burst through the illusion and are able to see the city. With that same true sight, again, with 120-foot range, you're not able to see anything out of the ordinary up here. And it would be a religion check for these things.
Oh, it
Sure.
is called Unmirage.
Yeah, I mean, Elise said they put the Mirage up. She just doesn't know why.
It's
20.
something that we use in war, but it has been a very long time since we have had war. And normally just the walls and the threat of what we can do is more than enough. I know that there was talk of revolution, but even that, the Mirage is made to protect from the outside. It wouldn't do anything if the people rose up if there was anything like that.
Do you ever seen these bird things before, Elise?
Let me check that real quick.
22 for religion. Also, what's the economy like in Mirage? He asks, at least.
Disparate.
Can I also make?
Yeah, you can give me a history check too if you want. So we'll do this in reverse order. It is a city with many shelves, right? There's the upper shelf and the people that are born into the money and the control of the water and the food and the plants and the animals. There are those at the bottom, born to the sands, to the dust. And then there are a few that live in the middle and trade things between them. But it is hard to move up shelves. There are games every 7 years to help people see if fate wants to move them. They throw stones, and if the gods, if Zuanu deems that you've been worthy, then you're given a chance to move up. And if not, then you stay where you are, and some suffer, and some die, and some starve, and frankly, I don't know if the gods have anything to do with it. I think it is a silly tradition. An evil tradition.
With the 22, do I know if it's a tradition? Oh, wait, I should roll separately because that's for the birds. Do I know if this is tradition or if a god would actually be like, hey, do this?
That'd be another religion check if you want.
Here's another one for you. Another 22.
I mean, it's not outside of the realm of possibility. I mean, there's a god for almost everything if you look deep enough. It doesn't
Roll above a
sound like
5, Nomad.
it doesn't sound like any of the major 5. The closest that you can think of is Uanu, who has very strong tendencies towards kind of a law and order, and like the world is what it is, and sometimes that means you get fucked. But even then, that sounds a little harsh, even for Zuanu.
Yeah.
But yeah, Joaquin maybe might have a little bit of influence there. Joaquin definitely advocates for the accumulation of wealth and the hoarding of wealth, and the idea that wealth is power, and that you should gather it and use it to embetter yourself in the world around you. So
It does
possibly some
appear as a
influence from
coin.
Joaquin. However, jumping back to the other religion check, the stones they throw, they are shaped like cubes. It is a big part of Zuanu's imagery. And you would also know this, Nomad, because you've spent some time researching, and you also encountered another temple to Zuanu. And you would remember that a lot of his iconography involves square-headed creatures with a face on each side of the 4 faces of the cube.
That must explain the birds. So wait, these are dice, right?
They're like D6 shaped. Yeah, they're cube shaped.
They don't have the pips.
Correct. And you would know with a 22 because you've seen them up close. The tops and bottoms are usually flat, but then on each of the remaining 4 faces, there is the face of a lion, an eagle, a man, and a dragon.
Gotcha.
At
Do
least
these
I'm
look like they got them?
The birds, they sound like Zuanu's work. Maybe lesser angels, but I don't know why they're here.
What were you saying, Nomad? Eduardo?
I might be making something out of nothing here, but is it normal for there to be no animals anywhere around here? At least it seems weird to me for there not to be. I mean, nothing.
There should be at least some camels, turtle gators, horses, some cats, birds, fish. This does not look good.
Well, there's I'm concerned. There's enough dilly-dallying around. Should we go in and check it out? That's just my take, though. Some might be more cautious than me.
Probably disguise self.
Let's head in.
Where's so I guess let's focus on what we came here for. We came here for them necklaces. Where are those at, Elise?
Well, they would be in my the vault in that large building, the one with the golden trim. Yes. I know a way to get in through the mountains if we want to be sneaky about it, but I don't know what to make of any of this. There's almost no one there. We might just be able to walk in.
Yeah. At least if I were to disguise myself, what should I look like? One of you? Hairless Tabaxi?
Wealthy, yes, like me, Tabaxi. Clean, nice clothes, as long as we don't go to the lower parts of town.
Guessing it's best for us to go right towards that building, or is it better for us to? Is there somewhere we should land? Are they going to shoot us down? We try to fly towards that building.
That is another thing that is very bizarre. Normally we have sentries, flying sentries. They ride large golden bugs. I don't see any, and looking around, it's been clear skies the whole time. You've not seen anything else flying in this region. There's been nothing. I don't know what the guard is doing, but they are not here. Vasu, you can give me a perception check as you guys get a little bit closer. Taking a look around, you do actually see that there's a pretty decent population of them. Of the few hundred people that are actually out on the street, a good majority of them are Tabaxi, but there's also some lizard folk, a lot of Kinra, a handful of mixed humans, and then yes, you do see some Naga, a couple of Dragonborn, a handful of, oh my god, what are they called? Three Cream. Yeah, I'd say probably like 5% of the population is Naga. A meta luck check. All
Just
right.
want to know if we come across any potion sellers.
You do see, actually, as you guys are kind of approaching, that this street kind of in front of this building is a bit of a market square. And there are a bunch of vendors that have tents set up. And you see that there are a number of them that are kind of under the shade of their tents. Probably 9 or 10 out of the 30 or so stalls total. And you do see that one of them is a green and white checkered tent, and under it there is a snake-like person, a Naga, with this kind of copper-colored scales. And all across the front of his desk are these kind of lush velvet pillows, and sitting on these tiny little pillows are just various glass bottles filled with colored liquids. Looks like either a potion seller or a medicine seller or something like that.
I feel strangely compelled to shop there. If anybody else feels like doing some shopping, I know we've got more important things to do.
As you guys lower the ship down, you do see that nobody really even pays you any mind. They all just kind of stand there.
Do any of the big blockhead birds seem to like see us approaching or notice us or care that we're approaching? Aside from people.
You do notice that although the people don't seem to notice you or do anything about it, these blockhead birds do kind of like, cock what would be their heads in your direction like they've sensed something. And most of the time they just kind of like do that weird pigeon thing where they flap their wings like they're going to get away, but then they really only fly like 5 feet. And then they just kind of go back to scratching around next to the people that they're standing by.
Okay. Once we get low enough to where I feel like we're in earshot of people, I'd like to just kind of like find someone who's looking up at the boat, if anyone is even like at least looking in our direction, and just be like, everything all right?
Yeah, the nearest couple would be there is a man and a woman, a pair of kinra, that are pretty close. And as you lower the ship down and prepare to like drop a ladder and potentially on board, you call down to them to see if you get any sort of a response. And they both kind of stop for a moment, and they do this thing where they tilt their chin, like they kind of want to look in your direction, but they can't break eye contact with each other, and so they don't really turn all the way to look. And you can see that they're mumbling something quietly, but it's too far away to hear.
This place is freaking me out.
Yeah, we should get our stuff and move on quickly.
Yeah, I don't know about shopping Vasu. I was hoping to also, but this place gave me the heebie-jeebies.
I mean, it's a tolerable amount of heebie-jeebies at least, though, right?
Heebie-jeebies is orcish for shit in my pants.
Oh. Well, yeah, there's probably not any tolerable amount of that. I was just thinking about, I'm a little creeped out, but I've also got all this money burning a figurative hole in my pocket now. And it might be a while before we get to a town where we can do any shopping where we're not also wanted criminals. I thought it'd be nice. But,
We're literally
I get it.
going
This place
to
is
your
kind of creepy.
hometown.
Shut up. I want to go to that shop right over there. That one in particular.
All right,
First-
Vasu, you can go to that shop. There is nothing stopping you. Though I do not know.
Is anybody
the
gonna come
location.
with me though?
I
I'm
will
scared.
go.
I'll go with you.
I feel like maybe
Okay,
we should
cool.
go get
Hey,
the
don't encourage this.
first.
Oh, okay.
No, please encourage it.
I just heard store.
Let's figure out what's going on in this town first. And then,
Potion seller, sell me your finest potion.
Alright, you guys watch Vasu like walk over to this dude and start introducing himself. And Vasu, as you walk up to this potion seller, you see that he stands there and he's breathing and he blinks every once in a while. And his eyes continue to stay locked in the direction that they were already locked. but you do see that he turns his chin like he wants to kind of look vaguely in your direction. But he just kind of sits there and mumbles and says, I never liked the sea. No, no, I've never flown before. What are we doing? I don't like the sea. And he just kind of sits there mumbling to himself in sort of a trance. Doesn't seem to
Okay.
talk to you at all.
Yeah, well, if you don't like the sea, you're probably in the right town, pal. You okay over there? Do you need some water? You look a little dehydrated, and I know that's probably just because this place is god-awful hot. Kind of like wave my hand in front of his face.
Need to get home. I'm not from here. Where did I wake up? I don't like the sea.
I've never been too fond of it either. Where you from, pal?
Vasu,
Like
this
the
is what
sea.
we call a red flag. We should leave now.
I think we need to figure out what's going on in this town.
Give me a
No,
perception check,
it's
Vasu.
a perception.
Yep. As you're continuing this conversation.
Just him?
Yeah, to be clear, like I'm not getting any closer to this guy. I'm very
Sure.
obviously like on guard at this. I'm just
If anybody else
fishing for anything.
went with you, can also roll it too.
Okay, I will.
Vasu.
I did say it was nearby.
Vasu.
34.
Right.
I have
Fucking-
expertise.
Ace.
Fucking. Oh, actually.
Ace, what do your crow eyes see? Everything.
Vasu, as you, not getting too close because this place is creepy, but getting close enough to start seeing behind some of the other stalls nearby.
Like I'm getting at least 15 feet.
You see legs sticking out from behind one of the other stalls nearby, like somebody on the ground behind their stall. And Ace, as you look around, you can actually see that there's also somebody slumped against the side of a building, the wall behind their stall. And they're breathing, and their eyes are open, and they're kind of fixed up towards the sky. And you can see that they're just mumbling to themselves.
They're both looking up at the sky?
Yeah, there are two more people. Kind of one that is collapsed onto the ground, he's just resting on his side, catatonic, and one that is collapsed and is leaning against the wall. And actually, with the 34, just kind of, now that you're on the ground and taking a closer look around, you look into some of the building windows, and you can see that there are groups of 6 or 7 people standing inside, eyes locked in one direction, mumbling things to themselves or to each other. It's hard to tell.
Are they all looking in the
God, I
same
hate
direction
this.
at the same thing?
Nah, some of them are looking in different directions. Some of them are looking straight up. Some of them are looking down.
Do I?
Uh,
I'm assuming still no animals anywhere.
Aside from the crows, you would actually see that on one of the shelves about 4 tenths down, there are a bunch of bottles that contain crickets. Each one contains about 20 crickets. The crickets appear to be alive. And you can see that there are also like wooden crates with a bunch of fried and prepared crickets with them. Those ones are obviously dead.
Okay, I'll start. Actually, let me see if I can do that for my ring to do it faster. I think I can. Yes, I will actually, instead of doing it as a ritual, I'll use my ring to cast Speak with Animals and get that up. I think it still takes a minute, maybe.
I think that's right. Ace also takes a minute or two to kind of hone his senses and seek out aberration. And you don't sense any aberrations at all.
Do I get anything weird on the people that I can see with detect magic up though?
Ooh, my goodness, yes.
I've got that like for free action, so I imagine I just cast it whenever it falls down again.
Yeah. It's a very faint aura. It's actually not as strong as you would expect. And it's just a little bit of conjuration.
I'm gonna cast a spell on all of us.
Okay. Non-hostile creature in the orc can't become disease, has resistance to
Beautiful.
poison, advantage on saving throws that cause all of those effects. Okay, excellent.
God bless.
That's an excellent choice.
Good call.
Yeah.
I feel like the only thing that could affect the entire city is a gas, which we've experienced already. But also, hey, do you guys remember when we stopped at that one town and all of you guys got off the boat and it turns out it was infested with vampires and zombies? That's what this feels like. We should go. We should get out of here right now.
But look at his potions.
This is a little different. I mean, this
how
is at least
long
speaking-
ago? Yeah, how long ago has it been since you've been here, Elise? Like this has to be recent, right? The vampire town's one thing, but like
I left about 2 weeks before we met, so it's only been a few months, maybe. I forget out of character how long it's been, but I think it's a ballpark of like 3 or 4 months.
3 months. I
that
think.
sounds about right.
The crickets. Are they mumbling about how they miss the sea, or are they acting like normal crickets?
Oh my god, what a delightful question. I hadn't considered that. Holy
Wish I wouldn't have brought it up.
shit. Okay, hang on, give me a sec. This is important because this is a very fundamental world building thing. Give me a second.
Okay, well, you figure
Take
that
your
out.
time.
I am also using a sorcery point, so I'm going to extend that spell so it'll last for 20 minutes instead.
Excellent.
I'm using this to see when I'm within 30 feet of any person to see if it's affected by an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, or fiend.
Okay, excellent. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do this shit. The crickets are mostly quiet, but a few of them every now and then just chirp out a little like, oh, this place is loud. And another one is like, oh, why is it so dark? It's always so dark.
God.
Another one is, I've never seen that color before. What's that? Oh, look at that color. A couple more are like, where are the eggs? Where's my eggs? Where did my eggs go?
Okay. I think I know the answer to this question, but just to be clear, this is not normal cricket behavior.
No, this is not normal cricket behavior.
Excellent.
Can I grab one of the potions and just start walking away with it?
You reach out, you grab the potion, and you walk away with it. And
Doesn't do anything.
He doesn't do shit. He doesn't do shit.
I kind of look to Elise,
Anarchy.
and I'm like, how do you feel about this? Like obvious heebie-jeebies aside, any leads or ideas that could lead to this, or and I guess in the more immediate question, any objection to us taking some things from these stalls, and of course leaving the proper payment there, like for them to find whenever they.
She kind of like puts a hand up and like says, "Don't even bother paying these people anyway. If we go to the lower cities, don't take their things. But these people," and she just kind of shakes her head like, "I don't give a shit."
While they're doing that, I would like to.
Vasu kind of raises a brow, but he nods like, "Oh, okay, I get it."
Real quick before Naruto jumps in, Nomad has cast Detect Evil and
yeah.
Good. As you throw up your senses, Nomad, you do get a ping from behind you, about 25, 30 feet away. And as you turn to look at the source of it, of this celestial spirit, you can tell that it is coming from one of these cube-headed crows. And actually, from this distance, you can see that although it appears to be a crow, it appears to be a statue, perhaps. An animated statue. It is made of metal. It is this dark, silvery metal. And it's one that you are incredibly familiar with, because you are an artificer, and Gale is an artificer, and you've been teaching Ace to be an artificer as well. It is made of lead.
Magic blocker, right?
These things are celestial, says Nomad.
Do they look weird with my true sight?
They look exactly as I've described them with your true sight.
I would like to touch the cricket, specifically the one that was mumbling about how he's never seen that color before. And I would like to cast Beast Sense on him and see what he is seeing and hear what he is hearing.
Get so high. Get so high.
All right. As
If he seems unwilling, I will use my ring to cast Animal Friendship on him.
as you connect to it, and you don't encounter any sort of resistance, you see looking kind of just back out through the cricket's eyes. You see what you would expect to see, I guess is what I'm saying. You see the sunny sky and yourself and the market stall and the sands around you.
Okay. Cool.
What is your passive perception?
21.
When you get close enough to do all of this, it means you're close enough to see the body that is kind of fallen on the ground. And you can see that this appears to be a kind of a dark-skinned human man who is dressed in nice merchant's robe. And he's just lying on his back, staring straight up at the underside of the tent. He looks dehydrated. He looks unwell. You can see that his right arm looks burnt, even for his dark skin. And his lips are severely chapped. But he's continuing to just stare straight up at the underside of this tent. And every once in a while, he mumbles, I don't know you. I don't know who you are. I don't know who any of you are.
That's not my purse. I don't know you.
It's a bit of a stretch, but can I do a medicine check and see if I can get any sort of inclination what's going on with all these people? So I'll start with this guy specifically.
Sure. Don't give me.
While he's doing that, could I? It's also probably a stretch, but could I do a survival check, just like based on these guys out, and see like how long they've probably been just like lying out here,
Absolutely.
based on like levels of dehydration or whatever?
Yep.
I'd like to identify one of these people.
Absolutely.
That's also a good call. 22.
With a 22, you get the sense that whatever happened here probably happened about maybe 4 or 5 days ago, it seems. Many of the people that you look at and check out are severely dehydrated. And actually, once you start doing this thorough investigation and like actually trying to get a sense for the well-being of these people, you and Nordo both discover dead bodies. And
Oh no.
you're both able to deduce pretty easily that most of them died of dehydration or starvation. Nordo, a lot of these people, especially the ones that are exposed to the sun, you can see that like some of them landed on their backs and have been staring up at the sun for 4 days. Their eyes are basically burned out. They've kind of glazed over. They are wrinkled and they've got sunken cheeks. Their lips are chapped. They look severely dehydrated. They're raspy breathing. The ones that aren't already dead.
Okay.
There are bed sores on a lot of people who have just been resting in one position for too long. You can see that there are just bruises along the parts of their body that have been resting on the cobblestone of the street.
All right. Anyone who Nordo checks out and they're alive but in that sort of condition, he will like pick up and carry and place somewhere at least in shade and like kind of uselessly pour water on them. And then probably about the third or fourth time he does that, he looks up and sees that if he walked through the city doing this to everyone, it's going to take hours and hours and hours. And we have to like, we got to figure out what's happening to these people.
Real quick though, before you get to the third or fourth time, the first time that you reach down and you pick someone up and you start to carry them indoors so that you can try to get them water or food or some sort of help. You pick them up and you kind of sling them over your shoulder, and when you turn around, from seemingly nowhere, there is something standing in front of you about 4 feet away. It is vaguely humanoid. It has 2 legs and 2 arms like a human. It's basically a human body like you would expect, but instead of a head and a face, it has a cube, a plain cube with no features on it. But even with no eyes and nose and mouth, you can tell that this cube is looking at you intently and disapprovingly. And you can see that it extends one of its arms down to its side, and its hand, made of lead, morphs into this sharp blade, and then it prepares to swing on you, and that's going to be initiative.
Oh, Enderman came for me. This place is fucking horrifying. I cannot deal with any of this.
Why did I have a come back here.
It's a good thing we did, though.
No joke.
It's a good thing you're not here, Sal, or you'd be dead.
Also, 4 or
Yeah,
5 days
good shit.
ago, kind of in line with when we revived the Phoenix.
Although
Yeah.
also to point out, I think at the level of Shadow Sorcerer that Sal was, he didn't need to eat or drink or sleep.
It's mostly
So
sun here, though.
yeah, he could hide. But he could just in this circumstance, he could just
He's
hide under
surrounded
some
by
shade
leaden
or inside,
angels.
and he would be totally fine because none of them would pay him any mind unless he tried to move them. So in this case, Sal
Why
would
would he even
absolutely
be
just
here?
be like, he'd be slipping if he was in here. I'm not saying he'd have any particular reason to be here, but if he was here in the first place before all this shit happened, he'd probably be totally fine, and he'd be slipping around between these stalls pocketing things that he could, and he would just show up later to the party as the Resident Evil 4 merchant, oh, living people, how wonderful. Would you like to buy some explosives?
Anyway,
Anywho,
Sorry,
back to the actual campaign.
I-
Sorry, I just miss Sal so much.
it's fine. You can kill a little time. I'm waiting for this battle map to upload.
oh boy,
So-
battle map.
Do we
Battle.
think this is related to anything?
Um,
'Cause it doesn't-
Zuanu.
can we roll
So-
for that?
Well, the thing is that it's definitely Zuanu, but we've seen these kind of guardians before in that temple where the Elbra Mind was.
The timeline adds up. I mean, it's only been 4 or 5 days since we revived the Phoenix, and this happened about the same time. Could be coincidence, but it seems like awful big coincidence.
I honestly don't think anything that's happened since I left home has been a coincidence.
I don't think so neither. I'm starting to think a lot of things that happened before all this weren't coincidence either.
How do you spell Zuano?
Xuanu. Yeah, like that.
We don't see I don't know. I feel like you would have mentioned this. We don't see fire salt sitting around everywhere, do we?
No, and there've been 1 or 2 veins since you got deeper inland, but there's not a lot around here.
Okay.
What is Zuano the god of again?
You guys have studied him extensively and thoroughly.
Yeah, I just forget off the top of my head.
No, that's fine. It wasn't an accusation. I was about to say that I'm just gonna send you a bunch of the information. I don't think I can just share this whole page. Do I have it on the main wiki?
I'm assuming it's someone that you made because I couldn't find anything on Google.
It is.
Except I think there's actually something named Zuano in a different culture.
There might be. So spoiler alert, I steal names and then I just use those names for my own shit. Ryujin,
Church.
I think means water dragon or
That's a
something, and
deal.
it's actually
Say
a
it's a real dragon.
it's a real thing in something. But I just stole the name and made up
Yeah.
a bunch of shit for it.
And a Raiju's a lightning beast.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so he thinks the city happeth too many people.
Guys, I don't want to spoil too much, but a phoenix is also a very well established mythological
No.
being that's closely related to fire.
It's not. That's fake. Oh, this is the god who likes to cull excess. So here's what I think. I think we need to take all of the treasure from this town to fix this problem.
No, but seriously,
But actually,
yeah.
unironically, we need to take everything that is treasure in this town and leave, and everything will be fine. Also, I need
Then you can find a
1,500
custom
more
set.
gold to put this mask in my items, so that's why I need to rob this town.
But also, go ahead.
This time
You
you
wanna-
guys can get cursed for stealing gold. God.
Do you want a small
No.
loan of 1,500 gold?
Keel's already learned this lesson.
That's
Yeah.
not a small loan at all, but yes.
25% interest? No.
It depends on your definition of learned.
Fair.
Yeah, say all Gale learned from that was how to get a free plane shift drug that saved her asses countless times.
There was an inscription from the Zuano temple. Do you remember it? About
only
the
we had
Elbra
Oh,
Reminder.
Lord Keeper.
Yeah, we had. It was which episode was it? We had it as
Like
a lore
20 or something. We're like 85
Was
episodes
it
in.
really?
It was really early.
It wasn't
yeah.
20, but it's been a while. It was right before the God Shell, and that was a while ago.
Maybe I wrote it down. Look.
It is in one of the session logs, but we'd have to
Yeah.
go really digging.
Honestly, it didn't take that long to figure out. You just kind of like go through like every 5 episodes or whatever and figure out where
Right.
we were at.
It
and
was
compare.
during the Isomelia's observatory thing.
Was it there, or was it in Beetlejuice?
It was Beetlejuice.
I thought it was
was after
Beetlejuice.
It would have been just after the Tarrasque, I think.
Was it
Or just
before or
before.
after the Underdark with Shul? It was after that, right?
That was.
It was right before the. I know it was right
After-
before the God Show.
Definitely after the Underdark.
See,
Episode
I had
36.
that open
I know
in a
that's
tab a while
episode
ago.
36 Attachments to the Past. I think that's what it was.
Oh, did you close
No,
it? Did you actually close a tab
Yeah, I
that you
closed
had
it because
open?
I closed it
Unbelievable.
because the browser like forgot everything one day.
I'm so proud.
Oh wow, that's so shocking that a browser would just like crash when you have 1,000 tabs open.
Oh, it did crash. It updated it.
Sorry.
It didn't fucking save my
Sorry,
goddamn tabs.
Tired and especially sassy right now. Close your tabs though. I agree
No.
with Feck on this, but we
I
won't get into
needed
it.
it and it closed. See,
Bookmarks.
I could have just
The
opened the tab.
bookmarks are
but
for.
I wouldn't know what the bookmark says.
Uh,
I know that man doesn't have a cube head on his sprite, but he actually has a cube head.
Okay.
Cool.
Everyone here is Minecraft. Got it.
Wait, I need to add a D8 to mine.
Yeah.
Sick, just enough to go first.
Does Gale actually still have 1 ounce of fluid in him, or?
Yes. Meta, he still has one
We made-
point of Oz.
Okay. We made checks for it earlier, but I can't remember if we actually learned anything from it.
No, nobody knows.
Have I mentioned
None
how
of us know
tired
that
I
we
am?
have it.
Yeah, he looks
This is what
totally
that happened.
fine.
Right. I don't have any of it because I'm immune to the poison and diseases. Ha 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 ha.
Fuck laugh.
I'm gonna be the only one to survive any of this because all of the horrible things that happen in this campaign are caused by poisons or diseases.
That'll actually be kind of like a nice way to balance things out after IDT.
God, I'm
Imagine the
so
only
nervous.
character that I've ever played with like a happy, full, functional family in the backstory just gets like the fucking last man on earth ending because his class features let him be immune to all the diseases that are ending the world as we try to
He's
fix it.
definitely the only person in the world who's immune to poison.
Have you
Definitely.
ever met another 14th level monk in this campaign, Nomad?
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't think so.
Yeah, your master.
I'll be there pretty soon.
Oh shit.
I won't.
Idiot.
Is he?
Wow.
Is he a higher level monk than I am, Feck? I would know this.
Yeah, he's probably like 17, 18, yeah.
Oh shit.
Fucking shit
Okay,
all the time,
fine.
Basu. You had teachers.
Anywho, I'm sorry. I'm rambling more
You're
than
fine.
usual.
We're
also,
waiting
do
for
initiative.
shit to load.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm still getting the battle map. I didn't know for sure how you guys were
Oh,
going to approach
sorry.
all this, so I
Sorry, do you want me to
Yeah.
ramble more? Because I can.
no, because I think
Go
I think we're good.
Okay.
All right.
Nordo goes first, I believe.
Yeah, let me resort real quick.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
All right, Nordo. As this thing begins to form a blade to hit you with, you are able to react faster than he can swing. You're up.
Okay, I will use my item interaction to take this body and place it right down here in the shade out of the sun. And then I'll get my axe back out. And then I will freak the fuck out and swing it. Actually, I will first use my bonus action to rage. Without any shout of blood and glory, just out of literal panic.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, you can.
Did we see where it came from? Like, it did just appear from thin air.
Ace has very good passive perception. Actually, let me roll just to make sure and see whether or not you guys did. Ace actually probably would have been the only person that saw that it seemed to come around this corner here, where it was just kind of lurking in shadows, a little bit out of view.
But also, I imagine while everyone was doing stuff, did I manage to identify someone?
Yeah, you would have got a minute in it, and we'll jump back to that after the combat.
Sure.
I don't think it will have any impact on what you do during
Yeah, I
combat.
don't think they have any magic on them, maybe.
Okay, so 32 is plenty more than enough, and a 23 also would have hit, so it does go prone.
Cool. And strength save as well. Unless it's immune to restraint. Alright, it's good. Second attack.
Another strong hit. 17 also hits. 15.
That is my action and my bonus action. Let me see if I want to do another thing real quick. Let's throw a con save on that one. Oh, thank Christ. He's stunned and restrained. And that is... Do I see anything else coming with passive perception of 21?
You don't see yet, but you can definitely hear heavy footsteps that are now kind of scrambling from inside of several of these buildings.
Okay, terrific.
Yeah, kind of in all directions except this way, which seems to be the building that he came out of.
Alright, I will kind of like stand over top of this body and sort of interpose between it, and that's my turn.
Alright, that'll bring us to Nomad.
There are bodies all around us, yeah?
There are, and they're not on the map. And there's not a ton of them, but there's probably like 7 or 8 on this map. Mostly over by these, like, tents or tables.
He's going to just sigh. But he just says sigh. And connecting to the fellow's mind, he just says, I am tired of cruel gods. And he summons his own angel. And he's going to see if he can summon Lucy from all the minds inside.
Give me a spellcasting check. You are able to reform an angel, and as you begin fishing around, you begin to focus very hard on this specific personality that you dug up from before, and you are able to bring out what feels like the same spirit to inhabit this angel.
Sweet. And this is 5th level. Because it's a base. This is the defender. So it's gonna go over here and smack this twice with advantage.
Alright.
Ah shit, I have to pull her out from the compendium. Where?
You should also, that should have a sheet attached to it.
Yeah, it's gotta be a thing here somewhere. I just forget where the sheet is. It's at the very bottom. Is it at the top? Oh, there it is, Celestial Spirit.
Yep, you can also get to it by clicking the token and then alt-clicking the gear.
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah.
Cool. Here's 2 attacks. An 18 and a 30.
Both good hits for 23 total radiant damage, which
And-
it seems to resist.
Cool. That makes sense. It's radiant. And Nordo gets 4 temp HP, and Vasu gets 9 temp HP. Unless Vasu is
Bless
more
you.
than 5 feet away. I think he's within 5 feet. Yeah. Yeah, he's
Not,
within
I'm not currently flying, probably.
Okay. Yeah, you get 9 temp HP.
Cool.
And Nomad's just gonna float 10 feet up. 15 feet up.
Alright.
Also, this is a bold question, but does the warlock boon that I have with Shu specifically that makes me roll all HP die as max count toward temp HP too?
I don't think it does.
It should. Just saying.
It is your turn, though, if you want.
It's fine. I'll take a 9. This is also probably a stretch, but can I make some sort of check? Fully willing to do it, like as an action or something, to try to like read the key of this guy and see if he's like linked to any of these comatose stall vendors around, and if killing it would kill them, maybe.
Interesting.
I'm
Yes,
concerned.
you can definitely do this. It would either be, so you can either do it. How do I want to do this? I'm going to give you two options, and you'll probably take one. One option is to just study it from a safe distance. You're going to have to give me a spellcasting check, and it's going to be very difficult as you try to read this thing's key from a distance. Alternatively, if you hit it with an attack, you can use your reaction, and then make a spellcasting check that will be a little bit easier, just because actually making contact with his body puts you in much, much closer contact with its key.
You said use the reaction to do it if I hit it with an attack?
Correct, yep.
Okay.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, you know me too well, and how bold Vasu is. He's gonna fly over here. He's going to. I mean, the dude's already prone, but I'll take whatever movement I need to get that 20-foot movement to get advantage on him. I would still like to make this non-lethal if it does come to that, but I'll attack him.
All right. That is plenty more
27?
than enough to hit. For 15 points, and then you can use your reaction to make a wisdom check if you want.
Okay. Yeah, I will absolutely do that. Just unskilled?
Yep, just a regular old unskilled wisdom.
Oh, fuck yeah!
Nice.
All right.
Oh!
When you connect with this thing, you do sense that there's a tremendous amount of ki, like you would expect to find in almost all living creatures. And you would also find that it is very, very heavily tied to the element of earth, which tracks for Zuano. You know that he's usually associated with earth. The key appears to be self-contained. It does not seem to be linked to anything around him. Yeah, you would learn that this is a simple creature. Although it has some degree of intelligence and sentience. It is almost like an elemental in the sense that it seems to be just acting based on a very base, primal, and simple urge. It doesn't seem like something that has very grand plans. It's just kind of a creature that has been sent here to do a simple task and is doing that task.
Okay.
Yep. You don't get any really particularly strong connections to anything else through the key, or any other useful information.
It definitely doesn't seem to be like tied directly to the life force of any of these other comatose, very living people within 15 feet of me, at least.
It doesn't, and actually, because you got a natural 20, I'm going to throw in a little freebie. You have a very hard time connecting with the life force of anybody nearby.
No, that's strange, right?
It is strange. Like, ki is the sort of thing that you typically need to make physical contact to sense a lot of the time. But you've mastered how to do it from a range, which is how you're able to do your fire strikes and a bunch of other things with your elemental control. And because of that, you normally can at least kind of focus and get just a little bit of a buzz off of living creatures, and you're getting some from Nordo and Nomad and Ace. But they just don't have a lot of ki in them, it seems. They've got little bits, but it's very, very weak.
So that's both to these quote-unquote earth elementals and also all the like dehydrated poor people around.
That is just for the
not
dehydrated.
Not for like monetarily, but you know.
Right. That is just for the dehydrated people. This thing has a normal amount of ki as far as you can tell.
Okay. I will convey that as much as I can with the rest of my turn, which is going to be spent with a second attack, not going for non-lethal on this cube-headed thing, because I'm not afraid of killing it anymore.
17?
17 is good for
Yeah.
19.
Awesome. Let's tack on 5 cold.
Cold is good.
And then it's already prone. I'm going to kind of put myself in this corridor here and do my bonus action to go into Tunnel Fighter, and I'll yell back over my shoulder, hey, I don't think these cube-headed guys are like alive. Or they're probably alive, but they're not like tied into all these poor folk around here who are just kind of frothing at the mouth and lying around doing nothing with their thumbs up their asses. But maybe don't hurt them either. They're still kind of technically alive, I think, but I'm having a trouble reading on them.
Got it.
I can probably say all that in 6 seconds, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Nomad probably
Vasu-
translated to common.
Vasu talks really fast. Also, anybody who can understand any language can understand Vasu, regardless of how fast he's talking or how much he fumbles over his words. Because I'm a monk.
That's handy. I like to think we all
It
just
really
hear
is.
our own accents instead of your like long-winded accent.
Yeah, instead of the long-winded, rambly Boston accent, you just hear it as like Microsoft Sam.
Right.
Nomad just hears 2 words from Vasu, not alive. And then the rest is just silence, but his beak is still flapping.
Norda hears it all about the same, it just removes all the pals.
All right. That'll bring us over to Elise, who doesn't know what to make of any of this, but she wants to kill that thing, so she's going to come over and kill that thing.
She's advantage.
She sure do. She is not going to bother with that because she's seen that Radiant's not super effective. Only Elise could manage to hit a stunned and restrained target.
It's incredible.
God bless you, Elise. Gale's up.
She has a +9 too.
She just has she has straight rolls.
She does consistently roll dog shit.
Not that prescriptive luck is a real thing, of course.
Alright. Gonna move on over here and I'm gonna shoot this dude in the face.
Solid hits for 43 points of damage. And as you blow through this, it's honestly kind of a familiar feeling to you. It bends and splits just like lead would. It's a very soft metal, and you leave a couple of deep holes that go most of the way through this thing's cubic head.
Cool. Oh man, I actually have Toto with me now, so I can, and we're not fighting flying things, so we can actually do something.
He's back.
Casual 43 damage.
It's whatever.
Casual 55 damage.
Oh boy. That nearly does it, but he is still up and going a little bit.
Hold your attack,
Oh,
Ace.
sorry.
Slow it down.
I'm not going to attack a prone character.
I clicked the wrong button. Take 9 damage off that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that's it for me.
Alright, that'll bring us to Ace.
All right, I'm going to look around to see if I can see anything else with a cubic head around us.
Absolutely. Taking the search action?
Yep, and it's a bonus action for me.
Hell yeah, give me a perception check. 31, you can hear lots of movement.
But are there any outside?
Not yet, but there are about to be, and your very fine-tuned senses are able to reveal them. You can hear that there are at least 4 creatures nearby with a bipedal gait that are stumbling quickly in your direction. One from inside this building, one from inside this building, one from over to the west, and one to the northeast somewhere. With the 31, you can also see that all of the cube-headed crows have flown off and are forming kind of like a spiraling circle above you like vultures.
Interesting. Are they within 600 feet of me?
Yes.
Okay, second question. Are there any windows where I could see, like, inside
Yeah.
to shoot them?
Let's see, that would be the front side. You can definitely see through this. There is so it's not even a glass pane window, it's literally just an opening in the stone building. The style of this map is not quite deserty, but it's a desert building. So you could
Gotcha.
have line of sight to this thing. You do not have line of sight to this one or the other two.
Cool. Well, the crows seem fine for the moment, so I'm just gonna unleash hell on this leaden man. Leaden man. Do they count as humanoid?
Negative.
I'm assuming not aberration either.
Correct.
I'm going to take a -5 to do 10 more damage.
19
Wow.
does hit.
It is a -5, so it would have been a 14.
Oh yeah, 14 misses. You're right.
Wow. That was a really bad roll.
That was not good.
And that was my big attack. Same for this next one.
That one will do it. Okay. 34 plus another 10 for 44 points of damage.
And then same with this one.
30 is good, or 25 is good for 21 points.
Is there any easy way to get like up on this ledge or something?
Not easy. Most of these buildings are kind of just like flat stone, kind of Pueblo style. You could potentially try to like climb up some boxes and stuff if you were to go like all the way over to the corner, or like shimmy up a tree and then jump over.
Okay. I'll probably just go move around here for now.
Cool.
I think I can actually move more space without affecting my perception. Thanks.
All right. You can see up above that all of these crows suddenly scatter in all directions, and then eventually kind of reform into a small flock and fly away to the east, as a much larger shadow suddenly swoops across the field. And you see that this enormous eagle with a cubic head suddenly flies into view. It is not able to do anything other than dash onto the field, but it does that.
I'll take care of the eagle.
It's currently 40 feet up here. Alright, that brings us to the leaden mist. Let's start with our stun dude first. He becomes not stun. Oh wait, no, it's a fucking stunning strike. He doesn't
and he
do
takes
shit.
10 points of damage. Fake and necrotic.
He does. You see that this kind of black, silvery liquid just kind of dribbles out. This thing is nearly dead already. However, he's got a bunch of friends that come join the fight.
I hope that fire kills him so that I can get my sweet.
9 fire.
It does.
Praise be.
Good shit.
Does that, so I don't know, does that count as me reducing it, or does it, like, we combo attacked him?
Yeah, it counts for you.
Sweet, thank you.
Rules is written, I would get to decide what order they happen in, but I'm not going to fuck you over.
I would allow you to just, like, roll a die about it if you want to.
No, it's fine.
Rules as written, I would obviously do whatever monk bro shit I could to give him that.
Yeah, we put our key together and make it
Hell
happen in
yeah.
the right order.
Yeah.
That guy goes out, and you see his fists sharpen at the blades, kind of like katars. This guy is going to come out the front door and then go over to Nomad, and he's going to swing on Nomad a couple times.
After did be near.
God damn it. He's going to swing on... Did he have 10, 15... Okay, he's going to swing on Toto.
Not Toto.
Come a little closer.
Why'd you kick a dog? What
He's
kind
gonna-
of angel would kick a dog?
He's going to punch
You
stab
kick
the
my dog.
Giant metal dog.
26 to hit.
That'll do it.
Alright, and then I need a strength saving throw from Toto. As the fist impacts and the blade sinks in through Toto's armor, you see that for a brief moment, the image of an eagle's face protrudes from one of the faces. There is a screech of an eagle, and Toto is sent flying back 20 feet, kind of slamming against the wall over this way and tumbling kind of next to Vasu.
Alright, what happens to me?
If you want to try to hang on to him and be flung with him, you can give me a dexterity saving throw. Otherwise, I'm just going to say you land prone in that space.
I think there's an actual rule for it.
I think that's right. I think it's like a dex. I'm pretty sure it's a dex save.
There it is.
It effect moves your man. If you're not prone, like same saving throw. Yeah, dex save, and you're good. So you land on your feet, and I'll let you either go with it or move with Toto or stay in your spot. Either one's fine. But you land on your feet is the important part.
I'll stay in spot.
Then he's gonna bring the other hand around and swing on you for the second attack. 19?
19 would hit. But I've learned a thing or two from playing in Zeke's campaign.
Is it that shield is a very good spell?
It's that I should use shield more.
Yeah.
Because I have it.
Hell yeah.
That being said, Gale's mana is worth a lot more than
That's true.
Legit.
18. But,
Yeah.
I'm going to use it here because these guys hit pretty hard. So
Who needs mana when you have fangs?
Alright, down here, this one has been hit by Ace and wants to make that not happen anymore, so he's going to come around the corner and swing on Ace twice.
And each with a disadvantage.
Correct.
His move.
14 probably misses.
14 misses.
But does a 10?
A 10 also misses.
Alright, this guy. Boy. Yeah, he's going to dash to get to here. And that'll bring us to the top of a new round. Ace, first act.
All right. How tall is this building?
That one is about 12 feet tall.
That's pretty tall. All right. I'll take an arrow, and I'm going to shoot it, and I'm going to use my bonus action to teleport right here.
Alright, easy enough. You bamf right into that spot. And then
Invisible.
presumably fall about 12 feet, but you're fine.
Is there not a roof there?
Okay, so there is. There are flat
Okay,
roofs.
I'm looking to teleport on top of a roof to be elevated.
I got
everything.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely doable.
So wherever. I mean, if this place would be better, I could do it there instead.
Nope, that roof works just fine.
Okay, I can't see me though.
There you go.
Do it like an arc.
Yeah, and then I'll shoot the bird.
But I don't want you to shoot the bird.
Well, I want to shoot him. And I'm good. Should I do the -5? I'm gonna do a -5 to do 10 more damage. Why not? Is he next to any of my allies? Can't tell.
No, he's 40 feet in the air.
Aw, it missed.
15 is
10.
no good.
It's yeah.
Oh yeah, 10 is no good.
All right, then I'll just chill up here.
Alright, from up above, this flying eagle is going to look down towards all of you, and it's going to look at Nomad, who's flying. And you watch as the cubic head begins to spin and play until it lands on the face of a dragon. The dragon rears its head back, opens wide, and you watch as a blast of green flame begin barreling towards you. I need a dexterity saving throw.
I'm sorry, who is it going toward?
Nomad.
Me.
Oh my god, I actually get to hit somebody. As this thing sinks into your chest, you take 51 points of necrotic damage. You can feel your ribs tighten against your skin, and there's cracking and crunching as one of them begins to hairline fracture.
Does the aura of purity do anything about that?
What does it do? Let me check real quick.
Nah, it gives you advantage on saves against like poison and status conditions.
Yeah, no, that would help. That's 51. I'm gonna use my reaction to do this. Where is that? Here we go.
Good call.
Good roll, too.
Yeah, great
It's
roll.
20 damage, but you know.
Alright, that'll bring us to Vasu.
Aw, jeez. This got real hairy real quick, and I picked the absolute worst corridor to do my thing in. I'm gonna fly over here. White, absolute worst corridor.
Thank you.
Awful. I forget. Stocky is a new one, right?
Yep.
Like the one
Angel
that was prone
remains.
before is. Okay, oh, they're both. These guys are both stocky.
Oh yeah, you're
I
right.
feel like I gotta attack. I feel like I gotta attack the eagle.
Alright, the eagle is
of,
40
like,
feet up.
Pride.
I'm sure you got the movement for it, but you'll need to go up about 30
I've
feet
got
to hit it.
I've got yeah, I've got movement speed forever.
Cool.
Advantage on this then.
29 is good for
29?
12 points,
Give me a con save.
but I don't want to. Because
Surely it doesn't have hover. It's just a Boyd.
It is
Boyd
just a
on a
Boyd.
Y. Why would a Boyd on a Y have some hover speed? That's crazy. It's
Yeah,
falling like a sack of potatoes.
and it lands with a crash. This thing is fucking heavy. The
Good.
cobblestone splinters and crashes, dust kicks up, sand flies. Go ahead and roll me 46.
So does that mean this thing's wings are like 70 feet in length?
This thing should not be able to fly. You get the sense. You get the sense that its flight is probably not physical in nature.
Story changes.
Hear that? You don't even have to be an eagle.
Okay.
You could have been a
that
squid.
was- That was one attack. I'm trying to remember what space I was in. I think I was like right above Toto before I moved, right? So that's
Yes.
30 feet over, and you said it was 40 feet up, so that's at least... God, why is math so hard?
Wouldn't it be 5? I think Pythagorean standard 3, 4, 5. Pretty sure that's right.
I'll go with you and your big math brain rolls.
Yeah, you've done 50 feet of movement so far.
50 feet? Okay. I've got 25 feet left. How close am I to the ground right now?
You are 30 feet off the ground right now.
Perfect. I'm going to fly 20 feet over this way and 10 feet down, putting me in this space. I'm going to use my second attack on the now paralyzed stocky eagle.
Is he paralyzed?
Actually, yeah, I stunned it.
Okay, I was gonna say paralyzed. Delicious crits.
Yeah, absolutely. But first, because of order of operations and like movement things, I would actually first like to attack the wiry leaden man here because I will have advantage on him too because I dashed another 20 feet toward it.
All right.
Hacha!
27 is good for another 18 points.
Excellent. Did I already tack on 5 cold to the eagle or no? I can't
Negative.
remember. I'm very tired.
No, you did it to this first team
Okay.
dude, but nothing this turn.
Okay, I'll tack on 5 cold on the man who is not stunned, and then I really want to attack some more, do like a flurry of blows maybe, but I feel like I'm just in too much of a juicy spot to not go into Tunnel Fighter right now, so I'm going to do that instead.
All right. At the end of your turn, the eagle is going to use its 2 remaining legendary actions to try to break the stunning strike. What's your DC? Ooh, that's good.
That's a save.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's fine.
All right. That'll bring us to
Unfortunately.
Elise. It did burn his 2 fucking actions though, which is horseshit. I wanted to use those. Elise.
Too bad.
She's gonna hit this eagle. There's a hit for 9. It does seem to resist some of that, but most of it lands. And that'll bring us to Norda.
Okay, eagle still ground level.
It is, yep.
Outstanding. I will go charging towards the eagle, axe in hand. Is this next to it?
Yes.
Cool. I'd like to attack it recklessly with my axe.
God damn it, Reckless. 31 is good for 9.
Strength saving throw.
Oh no!
Oh, and he's restrained. How fucking delicious. All right. Second attack. Wow,
17,
that's so
unfortunately,
bad.
does not get through the metal.
All right. Bonus action. Flurry of blows.
That one does, though.
And
as
he
you
is.
chomp
Sorry, go ahead.
down, yeah, it is not a crit because of the bite.
It's
As you
not a
chomp
crit.
down, the soft metal just gives way to your beak. You can kind of feel this numbness along your gums
Spit it out.
as the lead powder kind of gets all over your face.
Nordo does spit it out, and also as he does, the crystals along the kind of the spine of his shell on the back that sort of emerge when he does his absorb elements sprout out of it, glowing a sort of like a blackish lead-looking color. And I will use Spine of the Cloud Piercer Mountain. Take on a mountainous defensive stance to score a critical hit.
Hell yeah.
Unless that has to be on an actual natural 20.
No.
Outstanding. Second attack of the flurry. Actually, on that attack, can I get a con save?
Yep. Oh, thank God.
Balls. Alright, here's the second attack.
Miss.
So bad.
Thank God.
Okay, that is my action. My bonus action. That'll be my turn.
Alright, this thing is restrained, but frankly, it's fine where it is. The first thing that it's going to do is it's going to hold its wings outstretched in both directions, and you watch as the inside of its feathers begin to glow this glistening gold. There is a wave of this bizarre radiant light that sheds out in a cone facing this way. And a lot of things start happening. Oop, drawing is hard. There we go.
Question really quick.
Yes.
Am I being targeted by a spell with a line AoE?
You were not.
Okay.
As this cone of light unfurls in this direction, the first thing that you notice is that the vines that are restraining this creature just suddenly begin to wither away. And as you look down at your axe, you can see that the hum stops and the red light seems to kind of just like dim down like a light bulb going out. Likewise, Elisa's golden sword stops shimmering. Nomad, how are you flying?
I'm very good.
Is it magic?
Yeah, it's my natural mind flare magic, whatever.
Alright, you begin to fall. Gale, several of your mechanical devices stop working. Your eyesight suddenly goes very, very fuzzy, and you begin to feel an immense pain from the right side of your cranium. Like a terrible, terrible splitting headache. As an anti-magic field is rolled out in all directions. Sorry, in that direction.
How big is it?
Inside of that yellow cone.
Okay, so am I... Is
You
it
are,
including...
yes. Yeah, I think I'll double check the range. It's something fucking enormous, like 120 feet, I think. 150 feet.
Dex save or acrobatics to stay on my feet?
How high up were you? Or where were you? You're 15?
So I'll definitely take at least 1d6 damage.
Yeah, give me a dex save. Normally, if you take any damage at all, you land prone, but I like to give a dex save for low fall. Yeah, you take 5, but you can land on your feet with a 17.
And then looks like 5 damage from me and 8 from Basu prior to it getting that action off.
That is correct. And fire is just fire, and bleeding is just bleeding. So those effects do not stop. The restraint does,
Lead
however.
can bleed?
So I've had to get a little weird with the definition of bleed because of this weapon. For this particular creature, I like to think that it, like, kind of moltens the inside. I don't know. I feel like if I was being realistic with it, it would just, like, not work on a lot of things.
Yes, it would make the axe kind of worthless.
Yeah.
I like to imagine it's sort of
Kind
tied
of the
into
same with
Nordo's,
this
like,
with this fire, which is why I have some
I like to imagine it as part of like key, like drawing their
Yeah.
vitality from them.
That makes sense. With that said, it's going to do a bunch of spinning faces. 3 of these faces then begin to look at different directions, and different faces emerge from them. The first one is at Nordo. I need a dexterity saving throw as the dragon's face emerges and launches green fire at you.
Dexterity saving throw. Hold on, let me see. Read. Okay.
Wait, I'm so sorry. It can't do that at you because you're in the cone. Then it's going to have to be Vasu. And shit, you're really good at dex saves.
A dex save. Whatever shall I? Oh god.
Oh god.
Incredible.
Oh no. I still only take half
This is
because
what
of
you get
evasion.
for
I
talking.
think. I hope.
So evasion only works on things that are saved for
Talk
half,
shit.
and this is save or suck. So yeah, unless you have some other way to change it, you take all 49 even with evasion.
Oh no. Really?
I've fallen for this, and it is the worst thing in the entire world, and I feel for you. But yes.
Oh god.
It's okay, Vasu. We can heal you.
That's a lot of damage.
That is a little bit of damage.
It sure is.
I'm gonna I'm gonna use my inspiration.
All right.
Wait, why did his evasion not do anything?
Wait,
So-
what's the save on that? 16? Yeah, I can do that.
Save or suck.
I can do that, no problem.
There
Yeah,
you
look
go.
at that shit.
Yeah, evasion only
I
works on
ain't,
things where you
I
save
ain't
for
afraid
half.
of no 50 necrotic damage.
All right. Well,
You
it doesn't-
clearly were.
Definitely didn't almost half kill me.
Definitely not. The second phase, it does have line of sight to
Jesus.
Toto, so it's going to try to fire something at Toto. Let's see what it does.
Why is Toto so far away?
Toto, you see the top face rolls down and forms an image of a sun, which then fires a beam of light in Toto's direction, kind of illuminating that dark hallway. I need a Constitution saving throw. And this one's for half. Oop, I need to roll... Oh, there it is. It's fixed. There we go. That's 40 points of radiant damage.
I think he should be immune to radiant damage.
You should just reflect it. He's very shiny.
Yeah, like what's a robot gonna do in the sun? Like,
And then the
ain't gonna hurt it.
the third roll is going to go back to Vasu. There's only so many targets.
Why does it have to though?
This time an eagle peers around and screeches, and I need a strength saving throw as you feel the wind begin to pull at you in all directions.
Why strength?
Because it knows that it's your weakness. Oh, you're fine. Alright, you are able
Proficiency in all throws now. I'm weak to nothing, you fool!
to you feel yourself about to be tossed around, and you're too good at moving, man. You know how to move yourself, and you just kind of fight the wind and hold strong. That is the end of its turn. That'll bring us to... Oh, wait, does it want to fly away? It does. Why would it ever want to be on the ground?
Does it?
It
It's gonna
does.
fly away? Is it really gonna...
It sure
is
does.
it really gonna fly away?
It
Is it
doesn't know
really
you
gonna
have
be such a
Sentinel.
dumbass to fly away from me, of all people?
Me.
Nah.
Oh, god damn
It's
it.
not going fucking anywhere.
No, it's not. 14 points on top of that, and it is stuck in place.
Do I still get an opportunity to attack when it tries to leave my range? Or I guess it never
you
left
do.
my range. Never mind.
No, you do.
You should. You
Go ahead.
should.
So the opportunity attacks when a creature is about to leave its space, which is why you can hit things that are going around corners or like into holes and stuff.
I just mean
Yeah,
if it flies 5
also
feet.
my range is like 15 feet, so it probably gets at least within your opportunity attack range before I hit it with my
Oh,
opportunity
right.
attack
That's a
range.
good point, yeah. And that actually
Gotcha,
means
gotcha,
Felicia
gotcha,
should take one,
And I'll take it. Just don't feel like I deserve it.
too.
Hey.
How much of that is
That-
coming from magic?
Yeah, I was gonna say, so there's a few things. Rage is not magic, but the weapon is +1, so it's only 26 to hit, and it should only be 16 points of damage.
Alright, perfect.
Everything else is normal, though.
I believe that all of my damage is magic, and I will argue that all of my other damage should be because it's key, and key is basically magic for poor people.
Key is magic. I do rule that key is magic. You do
Right.
notice that as your demagikified weapons slam into this thing, it's like hitting metal with a sword. It's not very effective. Even as soft as
But-
lead is, it does seem to resist a lot of that damage.
For the note, I also hope and think that all of my attacks aren't demagified. Because I'm not in that cone.
You're not in the cone, right? Anyway, that brings
Yeah.
us to Nomad.
For whatever minimal damage that accounts for difference.
So I get up and dust myself off, or am I on my feet? I landed on my feet, right?
Yep.
Cool. Is this thing in the anti-magic field?
It is coming out from one of his faces. So kind of like it's technically the origin of it.
Okay. Is it able to use the? I mean, like the bird itself. Is it in the anti-magic field?
It's coming from him. So like one of his faces is in it, but the rest of his
Oh,
body
okay.
is
His body's producing the field. Oh, I thought it was from the leaden man.
not. No, it is from the bird. It's one of the faces of the bird.
Okay, cool. Which face?
It is currently just a blank face that is
Oh,
facing
God.
in that direction.
Damn it! It accidentally backed out of the thingy, and now it's loading again. Give me a moment.
Yep.
Basically, I want to move. Come on, map. Okay, we're back. So I'm gonna move yonder. I think I can do that.
You can, and as soon as you kind of get over there and leave this cone of light, you can feel your ability to levitate is returned. It is going to try to take an opportunity attack on you, though.
Sure.
Actually, can it do this as an opportunity attack?
Mm.
It can't. It's just going to have to slash at you. I didn't think this thing would be doing it, so I didn't even put it in the stat block. So let me go look that up real quick.
No problem.
Yep, it's real terrible. Here we go. 19?
Misses.
Alright.
Which one is making that?
The eagle is making that.
Another opportunity attack against it because it attacked Nomad
Yep.
because of Sentinel.
Yep, this one does use your reaction. But it's
Ooh.
27 for 15 points on.
God, can I give myself advantage with that somehow?
I don't know, you tell me.
Can Shu come out?
Nope.
I think you ruled against this before.
Yeah,
I
it's
have to
something
like
that he
declare
would
it
have
on
to
my
do on
actual
his
turn.
Yep.
That's dumb.
Angel is currently poofed because it's in the anti-magic field.
Accurate.
He's going
Still
to
a
do
good
this.
hit though.
I think
Actually,
26
you know
can
what?
hit
I'm
it
gonna
from
be a
behind.
real. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Nomad, but I'm gonna let you finish. But I'm gonna be a real asshole, and I need that eagle to give me a con save when I attack it.
Will do.
Stunned.
It sure is. And the Nomad follows that up with a 26 to hit. What kind of damage is that?
We're gonna say acid.
Excellent. That does damage it, and it seems to take every single bit of it. Oop, not 183.
No, no.
No, do all that.
There
I
we
think
go.
you did your math right there.
Yeah, typing is hard. Alright, as you're free and you find yourself able to use your magic, you do actually see that when he becomes stunned, the light fades, and everybody else's
Cool.
magic
Good
is restored
shit.
as well.
Oh, so the angel pops back. I use some
It
bonus
does.
action to make it go behind it. Somewhere here. Kind of flying above it. It's gonna attack it.
Have I mentioned how much I love Sentinel lately?
It's real good. Uh, 21 is good for 10 radiant, and 29 is good for another 12. It is halved down to
5?
11.
I just like making all the attacks I can.
Yeah. Vasu, did you take damage? Do you still have the temp HP?
Yeah, I still have that temp HP.
And
So
you
pass it
hold
to
on
someone
to
else
it
if you can.
for-
Probably.
I don't think there's anyone else within 5 feet. Or within 10
Can
feet
you give
of
it?
rather.
Oh yeah, 5 feet.
No, 10 feet. But
Yeah.
I don't think
10
there's anyone
feet.
else within.
I was gonna say
It's-
probably can't even give it to Elise at that
Elise
point.
and
But
Nora are both in range, yeah.
Oh yeah, they were in
I've-
range. Then I'll give it to Elise, the 6.
All right.
Nordo still has way better.
Yeah, I still have like 17. I'm good.
She'll take it.
Elise gets 2 HP, 6, and that's my turn.
All right. At the end of your turn, it's going to use 2 of its legendary actions to try to break the stun. Oh no!
that's a fail.
And that makes it Gale's turn.
Gale has a momentary but very serious panic attack as he loses his ability to do literally fucking anything.
Yo.
Right.
Move and walk.
To like an extreme degree.
Yeah, like even like you probably nearly topple over as your leg just like stops operating.
Yeah, I mean, like the leg is mostly mundane, thankfully, but like literally everything else, and also all of Gale's attacks that use int, they only work if he's using a magic weapon.
Yeah.
So he goes down to
Oh
like
shit.
yeah, he goes down to like a +6 to hit, and that's all proficiency bonus and nothing else.
Woo.
It's also literally his eye.
Fucks up my eye.
Poor artificers and an anti-magic. No, the anti-magic field is off because he's stunned.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said he has a brief but very serious panic attack.
Oh, okay, good. I was sorry. I was very worried, and then also much more briefly excited for you because I did a thing to help out the whole party, and now I feel more useful.
Yeah, that was very, very important. Toto's gonna run
I
over
did
here
it.
because
I stunned him.
he's in trouble. And then I'm gonna shoot this terrible man in front of me.
All right.
Actually, before I do that, let me double check the spell because I'm pretty sure it's self, but just in case. Yeah, this is only self. So, actually, yeah, instead, Toto's gonna. Shit, I can't do that. I have aura up still, right? It hasn't been 20 minutes.
Correct. It winked out momentarily, but only like it comes back as soon as you leave the field.
Phew. Okay, I'm just gonna shoot this guy. With the correct buttons this
Ooh.
time.
My goodness, almost 2 of them. 14, 26, 44, 54 total points of damage. Just leaves a Terminator hole through this thing's chest. As the metal is blown out through the backside of its ribs.
Toto's gonna run over here and he's gonna try and topple this guy over with a shove.
Excellent. And with a pounce, he's able to just kind of throw this thing to the ground and it stumbles backward.
And that's gonna be it for us. But actually, Gale is gonna stagger back
All right.
and kill Toto.
It'll try to take an attack on. We'll do Gale, but it's disadvantaged because he's prone.
It's also disadvantage because Toto's gonna defend him.
Hell yeah, 16.
16. God, I think that just hit. Yep, because all of my characters have 16 AC.
Oh no. 28 points of damage, and as the impact lands, there is a lion's roar that only you can hear, and I need a wisdom saving throw.
Actually, shield ends at the start of your turn, right?
It does, yeah.
Okay. Then great.
Notably, if you use it now, it'll last till the start of your next turn.
Nah, that's okay.
Alright. That'll bring us to the leaden men.
He also takes 5 points of just straight damage
Shit.
because Toto defended me.
Excellent. Alright, this guy did not get his ready to action, which is a real damn shame. However, he's going to try to see if he can deal with the ace problem. He is going to... yeah, actually, he's going to dash. 10, 20, and then he's going to try to make a running leap over onto this building. What is his strength? And how far is this? Oh, hell yeah, he's good. He doesn't even need to make a check. This guy comes running and then leaps and lands over on the top of this building. He has to dash to do it, but he's going to get right up in Ace's face. And you can see that it brings a big fist around like he's going to slam, just kind of squash the tiny bird. Stocky has to spend half his movement standing up, but then he is going to run over to Gale and try to follow up on Gale. 25.
Can you... Oh, wait, never mind. Discard.
Great, that is gonna be a hit.
Alright, and you're already afraid as it brings the lion fist down. He's going to take a second swing. 20 for another 26.
I will shield that one.
Oh no, he needed that one. Okay. That is it for him. Over here, Wiry really wants to deal with Vasu. Wiry is going to...
That's a big old miss. Oh, I it's a con save.
It's a
from
con
Gale.
save.
It'll probably still be a miss.
I really like your enthusiasm, though.
I'm so fucking fast, pal. You
Damn
can't
it.
even dream of it. Yeah, that's a miss.
Second swing. Ooh, there we go. 27.
Ooh, yeah, 27 hits.
All right.
For 5 damage?
Nah, for 25 damage.
Wishful thinking?
Nah, 25.
Oh no.
And you can see that as it lands, there is a human face that forms for a moment. And you watch as just lead begins to kind of ripple out from its wrist down the length of its arm. And it just begins to kind of patch up some of the marks that have been made from you guys' attack so far.
That's not okay. Also, why is Radiant one of the few things that I can resist?
You resist Radiant?
This is horseshit.
Weird. Lean is going to come around this way and swing on Nomad.
He's gonna take an
19?
opportunity attack from me is what he's gonna do first.
Oh god.
I'll tell you what.
Does that one use your reaction?
Sentinel bitch! Also Tunnel Fighter. I forget how both of those stack. I
Right.
think I can do this without a reaction
I think
because it
Sentinel
moves.
did take your reaction. At least that's what you said last time.
So the Sentinel attack definitely
But-
takes a reaction, but let me go check Tunnel Fighter.
Tunnel Fighter allows me to make, if I'm remembering right, an attack against any creature that moves me within my weapon range without using a reaction. I could be wrong. This
Yeah, but
could
you're using
also
this as a
entirely be
reaction
wishful
to
thinking.
attacking.
Bonus
I think it's
action,
like
right?
more than 5 feet or
Take
something.
opportunity. Okay, here we go. Moving, so when you attack a creature that moves more than 5 feet within your reach, you have to use your reaction to make that attack. And it does not count as an opportunity attack. So you've already used your reaction, you're not able to take this attack. What you could do is take
Bullshit.
a normal opportunity attack without your reaction. One of these days
Bullshit.
we'll remember all of it. It's okay, because I forget every time too. Anyway, 19 to hit
So I
Nomad.
can still attack on this guy? Question mark, yes
No,
or no?
you only if he was to walk out of your
That-
range.
That's gay.
Yeah. All right, Nomad. 19 to hit.
For the Twitter censors, but that's gay.
And then
I just want to attack everything forever in a 15-foot range. Why can't I do that? Come on, 5e. Get
if,
your shit together.
if a 19 hits, I also need a Wisdom saving throw, Nomad.
It does not.
Okay, and then here's the second hit. 15 misses. That is top of new round. Ace first act.
All right. I get how high up is this bird?
It is currently on the ground.
Okay.
It tried to get away.
Okay, hold on. Backpedaling a fucking second here. Tunnel Fighter lets me use my. While I'm in this defensive stance, I can make an opportunity attack without using my reaction, and I can use your reaction to make a melee attack against any creature that moves more than 5 feet within my stance.
Right.
Which guy did I attack first? Because he probably might have not even moved within my like extended weapon reach, and I could, if I'm reading this right.
So
Sorry, I'm also very tired and confused.
Here's what has happened so far, and then we're going to move on because it's someone else's turn. The eagle.
That's fair. That's totally fair.
The eagle tried to move, and when it tried to move, it moved within your reach, and you took a free attack on it that, or I'm sorry, it triggered an opportunity attack leaving your reach, and that opportunity attack did not take your reaction. Then you used your reaction to hit it when it took a swipe at Nomad, which used your reaction. So the only thing that you can do now without using your reaction again is take regular opportunity attacks, not move within reach attacks. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump over to Ace.
With a running jump, how far can you jump?
Your strength score.
What if I wanted to go further than my strength score?
You can try to make an athletics check to push it a little bit.
So my strength score is 5.
Yep. It would be difficult, but you
I want to jump across I want to go.
Like over to one of these?
I figured I would run over here and then jump across this because it looks like it's the least. It looks like it's like maybe 8. It's like 8 feet. So it's like a little more than 1.5 my.
It's it's doable. It would be difficult. You can certainly try if you want.
Could I still you on acrobatics?
You cannot. Acrobatics is for graceful landings, but not for increasing your jump distance.
Okay. If only I was proficient in it. Okay, well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bonus action disengage from this guy. And go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to try to jump across here. I have just enough speed that I could be over there.
All right, you get your 10-foot running start. You take a mighty leap. Give me an athletics check.
Just walk off the edge.
You do it. So honestly, you give it a good run, and you take a running leap, and you just don't make it very far. You take 2 points of bludgeoning damage, and you land prone in the street.
All right. As I'm falling, can I go ahead and just unleash some arrows on this guy?
I'll say you can get one off before you land, but it's going to be at disadvantage anyway, because you're midair.
But it's midair. So is Vasu. Could I instead just hold my action then for whenever this guy inevitably comes after me when I see him pop out, just loose arrows at him?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, then I'll just do that.
All right.
Oh, actually, hold on. I can use my action to just stand up. That's probably the best thing to do. I don't want to be on the ground. So I'll use my action to dash to then stand back up.
Yep. And then you still got half your movement if you want.
Just.
It looked real cool in your head, but, you know.
Yeah. I'll just go over here.
All right.
Try to get away from him.
That brings us back to Vasu's. You're good. We can run through it all over the next round because you have your reaction back. But what do you want to do this turn?
Okay, none of these current people around me are stunned, are they, right?
The eagle is still stunned
Eagle
until the end of
is-
your turn, yep.
Stunned, okay. I ain't afraid of no lead,
Is your headset raised?
man. I'm gonna take 20-foot dash back and 20-foot dash forward to give myself. Oh shit! I guess I don't even really need it for advantage on the eagle because he's stunned.
Yep.
So we'll do 20-foot dash back and 20-foot dash back to get advantage. This will be on Wiry Man first.
Excellent. The two of them will take opportunity attacks if you fly 20 feet away.
They're at disadvantage because of my cloak. So
Correct.
That's worth.
All right, here we go. First of all, from Lean, 13, and then from
Miss.
Wiry, 11. Both miss.
Both miss. I think I clicked it. I don't know if it's going through yet. Just full disclosure, I'm going to click it again now.
Yep.
I don't know if this is the first or second roll going through, but...
I was going to say, I haven't seen it yet. There we go.
29?
Big old hit. You said that's on Wiry, yeah?
Yeah, that's on Wiry with advantage, so it's 29. It's going to be a +5 more cold.
All right, big hit. This thing is slammed backwards against the wall. Still up and going.
You said the eagle is still stunned, though, right? So I'll
It
get
is.
advantage on it regardless?
Yep, correct.
Okay. Second attack is going to be on it. 19?
19 is good for 12.
Okay. Give me another con save.
Oh, boy.
I really don't like this bird.
Oh, no.
Round of stun. I'm gonna be a real pain in your ass. I'm gonna fly 5 feet up in the air and bonus action tunnel fighter.
All right. They've already used their reaction, so that brings us to Gale.
Okay, well, I'm in tremendous pain, so I'm just gonna try and get this thing away from me.
Let's see, 23 and 17 do both hit for 29 points.
Thank God.
Thank Toto. He's still up, still standing, but you've blown a big part of his shoulder and his right arm off. Toto joins in, or tries to, but is not able to get a good
Toto.
grip.
Head dog.
Oh no, natural twos, both of them.
Ugh, terrible. Well, goodbye, cruel world. Been nice. That's it for me.
Alright, Eliza's gonna come try to help. Boo-boo-boo-boo. She's gonna have to take an opportunity attack, but that's fine, she'll do it.
Could you guys imagine what life would be like without Elise? Like how many times we would have just been dead over and
So
over again.
many.
Oh goodness, that hurts. It'll take the 10
Like
health first.
4 months ago in campaign, and probably a week ago in universe.
And then she's gonna.
We don't
swap
have a
that.
dedicated healer. We need Elise. If anybody harms Elise, I will directly attack them. I will drive over to Indianapolis and I will beat Feck up myself.
Gale's a healer.
Okay, that's fair, but I need Elise.
Alright, 42 points of health on you, Gale. And that'll bring us to Nordo.
Okay, at the start of my turn, because of Cloud Piercer Mountain, I still have my temp HP, so we get to make a free unarmed strike, no action required.
I like to imagine that that's what these monsters make. That sound right there.
I assume so.
Crying
baby.
baby sounds.
Really distant crying baby sounds.
25 is good for 9 points.
Okay, and then I will see this big stocky-led man chasing Gale around a corner, and I will run after it. Say run. I take one step. I will attack. Recklessly, of course. Actually, yeah, recklessly. And then if a 17 would have hit, he is prone.
It would have, so he is thrown back, trips on the ground, slams against the cobble, and takes 13 points.
Strength save.
and is restrained.
Terrific. Restrained also as the roots sort of wrap him up. Second attack.
20 is good for 9, 16, not. But he's already prone anyway.
Yeah, he's already prone anyhow. That's my action and my free attack. Bonus action. What to do? What to do? I will bite him.
I hate that image, thanks.
Have you guys ever seen the video game Control?
Oh my god, 25?
I've seen some videos of it. It scares
People
me
like
greatly, and
the
I'm
people
afraid to
float
play
around and they just mumble
Hate
like
it.
Yeah,
incoherently
I
in
hate
the
it.
background. Oh my god, I'll find it and post it because it's perfect for what's going on in
I
this
was
town.
gonna say, it might be a
It's a
close
very, very like. From what I've seen, it's a psychological.
It's
kinda horror
so
game. I
cool
don't like
though.
that
It's
kinda
not,
shit.
it's
Really
it's not
cool.
really horror. I don't feel.
Maybe horror and less like surrealism. Either way, it from what I've seen of it, it spooks me greatly. But I bought it
Let's
for
keep
for
this
Drake,
moving,
and I
please.
hope that he's enjoyed it at least.
Alright.
Sorry, yeah, mid
30
combat
minutes
shit.
still work.
Let's see. Crit
Sorry.
is enough to get 17 health. And anything else on your turn, Nord?
Okay. I don't think so. I really want to just kill him, but I can't. That's my turn.
Alright, at the end of this thing's turn, it's going
I'll
to...
step back up to the eagle.
It's going to use 2 of its legendary actions immediately to try to break the stun. And succeeds, which brings us to Nomad's turn.
God, Spine of the Cloud Piercer Mountain, such a cool name.
Right.
It's really cool.
I act first, and then the celestial thing works after, I believe. Is it prone, the eagle?
It is not.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna just acid it again.
I need you to miss so he can get one more attack off.
That's not hard. But here. 26,
God.
21, that's it.
Damn it. Yeah, as this thing shakes itself free of the stun, you just kind of douse it head to toe in this acid. And there's this horrible metallic smell that kind of fills the air, like hot copper. And this thing is just a pool of molten lead when it's all said and done.
Please do not inhale it. He says pleadingly.
I just love
And-
Nomad's casual instructions.
And I can't see how much life is. Oh, okay. It's gonna take 2 attacks on this one down here.
Alright.
It's close.
Cool.
29. So 10 damage overall on Wiry.
Yep, 2 good hits, but he does resist it for 5 and 5.
Yeah.
And that
And
brings us to their turn.
Top one takes 12 damage.
He does and dies.
Terrific. Just according to plan.
I believe I forget which one I attacked last turn. I think it was Leaden
Yeah, he's on fire.
or Lean. Yeah,
Does he
one of them
catch
was on fire, and one of them henceforth take. One whole fire
He
damage.
did it. He's
It might
alive.
kill him.
I did it.
He's low, but not quite that low. Alright.
Yeah.
Quick Fingered wants Ace, and he's going to take a jump down and get up in Ace's face, which does trigger a reaction. Oh, wait, no, you used your
From
action
who?
to dash. That's right.
Yeah, I used my action to dash, so I wasn't on the ground.
Alright, then there's going to be 2 swings on Ace. Here we go.
Away.
Fingered.
Critical fail. Dramatic swing. Good lord.
You're 1 in 20.
26.
Oh God.
Hey, Fak.
Yup.
How much would I have to pay you for a tunnel fighter that reached 50 feet?
Probably not going to happen. So that is 19 points
Okay,
of slashing
fair.
radiant damage, and then I need a wisdom saving throw.
I'm going to. Sorry. This absorb elements would work on radiant damage, right?
I don't think radiant
No,
is
I
one
don't
of the
think it
things it
does, no.
covers.
It
Yeah.
doesn't-
You can.
It just
You
says
can
resistance.
uncanny dodge.
It just says you have resistance to triggering damage type of.
Yeah,
That's
so
a
if
bad
you-
radiant's
Yeah,
not
there's a
one.
list of elements.
Yeah, if you look in the casting time, the reaction shows what you can react to and the types of damage that it works on.
Gotcha.
Yep.
All right.
With that said, you can still use your reaction to uncanny dodge, which will cut it in half anyway.
Yeah, which is what I'll do.
Rogue.
Then make. So let's see how much damage would that be? 8
Uh,
or 9? 9.
Yes, 9. 9 points of damage, and then I need a wisdom saving throw as you hear a lion's roar. in your head.
Lions. Where the hell are these lions coming from? Who the heck is this?
Alright, you are also frightened. The one that Gale was scared of is dead, so he's no longer frightened. Let's see, we've just got the 2 down south. Wiry, actually, you know what? They're both going to focus the Celestial, which means this one triggers from Nomad, and if you want to take your Tunnel Fighter, you can use your reaction to take your Tunnel Fighter attack.
Trigger with
I
what?
will
I'm
use
unarmed.
I will use my reaction to take a tunnel fighter because I feel like anything that the wiry one does will provoke regardless of whether or not I use my tunnel fighter for it.
Cool.
Please confirm rules is written before I do this.
So once you use your reaction, the only thing that you'll still be able to do for free is normal opportunity attack, which does not include like the Sentinel reaction when he attacks somebody else. It also means that your tunnel fighter thing, you can't do that anymore.
Why really?
Like if this guy steps away, then you'd be able to do it for free.
Yeah.
Could you like maybe put that in the post-it note so we don't have to discuss it every single fight?
Yeah, I'll try to pin it somewhere because I forget it too.
Sorry, I'm so bad about all of the rules that that this build works on.
It's all right.
It's a post-it note.
It's
just there.
It's a lot of intermingling bullshit.
Yeah.
For now though, I think I will. I might regret saying this later, but I will commit to not attacking Lean and instead attacking Wiry because I feel like it's also going to attack Celestial.
Excellent. So using your Sentinel reaction to attack Wiry after he attacks the Spirit. Let me go and get these attacks out first, and then you can swing. 20 and a critical fail on the Celestial Spirit. I think the 20 might hit.
20 will hit. Its AC is 18.
Alright, so that does 22 points of damage to it, a lot of which is Radiant if he resists it.
Let me check, actually.
And while you're checking...
Radiant damage too?
Yeah, it seems to be dealing slashing and radiant damage.
Yeah, it's resistant to radiant.
Okay, so in that case, it takes 13 damage, and I need a strength saving throw.
What's its strength? 16. 16.
Let's see. I think that's good. No, that does fail. So he's already in place. So he just gets kind of slammed against the wall back here, and then. That triggers Vasu's attack, so now you can use your reaction to use your Sentinel attack on Wiry if you want.
Killing it instantly.
So that's 18 magical and piercing plus fire.
Oh, that almost kills
him. It is all magical, for whatever that's worth. I'm reading up on the thing. I forget how... Sorry, I binded my push to talk to control, and I'm realizing now while I'm like trying to hold down my push to talk while also navigating things on any other web page is like such a bad idea because it just zooms in everything like 200%.
You're good. Are you looking for
what's
your
a good push to talk key? Like, does anybody have a good push to talk key that they would recommend?
I'll use tilde or the mouse button. Are you looking for how to add the +5 damage from your Warlock thing?
Yeah.
Double checking.
It's Genie. I think I can do that like once per
attack.
Genie's
per round.
Once per each of your turns.
Gotcha.
So
yeah.
I think I might have already used that.
Yeah, only on your own turn. But that does mean that you do hit him for 18, which almost finishes him off, but he's still standing.
Hey,
what?
hey.
Is it con
Can I get a
time?
con save?
Yeah,
it's con save time.
You
know me so well. That's a big ol' fail.
And then this other one, Lean, is going to take 2 attacks on the Celestial.
Sure.
12 and 27.
37 hits, resists the radiant.
So that is 17 total damage after resistance. That brings us to the top of a new round. We'll see if we can wrap up quick. Vasu, you're the first down.
Oh, what are these initiative rolls? Everyone rolled under a 20.
Right? Weird initiative.
Crazy.
Even Ace.
All right, Vasu, you're up. Oh, he might have ran to go get a drink or something real quick.
Sorry.
There you go.
I stepped away to pee because I wasn't expecting to roll first. I'm gonna attack Wiry again.
All right. He does not look good,
Yes.
and you have advantage because he's stunned.
Perfect.
That
Yeah.
is enough to do it. The first attack is enough to split him right down the middle.
Perfect. I'm going to use, I guess, 40 feet of movement to dash back and then forward again. Or it's probably only like 35 at wherever I'm at right now to get that 20 feet of movement advantage on my Spear of the Blitz to get advantage on the attack on the lean maiden. Man, I don't know why I called him a maiden. Sorry, I'm misgendering all of your...
It's hard
Weird.
to tell whether they even have assigned sexes.
Here's this. Regardless of their gender, it's a 30.
That is a solid hit for 18 points.
Give me a con save on them/there.
20 is good, I think. Any more attacks? 14's no good. But 21 is good with a flurry for 12 more points.
Con save.
Still good.
Oof. This is good.
Alright, anything else?
It was a flurry, so here's the second attack. 31 for 10,
you've already-
but that's all I can do.
You've already done 4 attacks this turn.
That was
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I was looking at the opportunity. You're right. 10
I
more points.
did my 2 weapon attacks and I declared flurry.
Yep,
so,
you're right. So that'll bring us over to Ace.
But hold on a second.
Any movement?
A 30.
31 did hit for 10
hits.
points.
A 31 hits, right?
Yeah, it did.
Oh my god. I need to not combine anything other than good talkie. You got the tab I had open out to like 50% magnification. I'm gonna give you another con save, but that's gonna be it for my turn.
Alright, with the final one, he is stunned.
Whenever I can zoom back into whatever I can actually read on.
Alright, that'll bring us to Ace.
All right, I'm gonna put my bow away, pull up my rapier, and then I'm gonna take aim, and I'm going to.
17 just hits for 32 points of thunder damage. You watch as a cloud of lead dust rocks off the surface of this thing.
Holy heck, so cool.
That's all I can do. Help!
Help! Gale is up.
I mean, I rolled 2 10+ in a row.
Unheard of.
Alright, get on Toto and run over and shoot this guy.
Woo! My goodness, these attack rolls too. Every bit of that hits 27.
Well, I did have to stack my
36,
character
46.
so that I have a plus 13 just to compensate for my rolls.
Holy
So
shit. Either way, though, 46 total points of damage. As you and Ace just kind of tag team this dude who towers over both of you.
And I am going to actually throw on a. Yeah, I'm gonna smite him.
Hell yeah, fuck him up.
If I pull up the right sheet.
11 more on top of that. You see more of this chalky lead kind of prize free. It's still standing, but it does not look good. Cracks are forming all over its surface.
That's it for me.
Alright, Nomad.
Tell me the thought process of you attacking the creature you have resistance to. He says to the lean leaden man. It's a very fascinating choice.
It seems stunned,
all
but it
the wrong
seems
choice,
simple-minded.
but all the same, I am right here. And he's just gonna fucking cantrip it.
Hell yeah, fuck him up.
for
Ooh!
20
No,
for 30 acid damage.
That's a crit. He's stunned. For
Oh shit!
54 acid damage.
54 acid
Good
damage.
lord, he was looking totally fine about 2 seconds ago.
And then the Celestial attacks him twice. For 17?
17 does hit, 15 does not. So 5 points of radiant from that first hit.
Yeah, and Vasu gets 2 temp HP if he doesn't have any more. And the Angel gets 1 temp HP.
Excellent. Any movement?
Let's see. The Angel is going to move. Nah, the Angel's gonna stay.
Alright, then that'll bring us to Nordo.
Okay, I hear Ace go, help, help, help! And I go running after Gale to catch up with him. Lining up next to Toto. Attacking rounds.
Give it a punch.
Don't get from a free attack, because it wasn't the start of my turn.
31 is good for 11. And 18 would have hit, so he's prone.
Terrific, and a strength save. Good. Second attack.
That is another solid hit for 13 more.
Another strength save.
This time the
There
vines
we
are
go.
able to
Now
hit.
he's restrained. And I will do my bite, which is an auto crit if it hits.
Ho ho.
Sure is.
Ho, ho.
27. That is enough to do it. You just clamp down on the neck of this thing. There's a snap. Metal bits go flying.
Fantastic. And as his leaden, powdery, I don't know, not blood, but life force absorbs into Nordo, I will once again
We're
use
running
this.
out of lead.
That's my action and bonus action. I'll start running towards the other one. I don't think I'll get there in time. Yeah, just back to where I was. That's my turn.
Alright, at the end of the turn, Vasu, what's up?
He died.
Oh no, I think he's dead.
No, I'm here. I promise. I don't know if any of this actually applies at all, but I was just reading through monk feature things, and shit, where was it? Oh yeah, so that thing where I can like make a weapon monk attack. Actually, completely disregard it for this turn because I would have wanted to make the flurry of blows instead. I was just
Gotcha.
remembering a class feature that I had that I forgot about.
Alright, this is the only one left.
For
It's
another
stunned,
different
so
time.
it just loses its turn, which brings us to Elise. She's going to tabaxi dash to try to get over here and help finish this thing. Uh, 29 is a good hit for 23, and it's not quite down, but it is looking close. Top of new round. Vasu, first act. This thing looks nearly dead and is stunned. What do you like to do?
I'm gonna beat the fuck out of it.
Fuck yeah.
Since it is already stunned, for movement, I need to do. God, I really need to take control off of my push to talk. Because every time I hold it down to say something while I'm also looking through my character sheet, I scroll things up to 300% magnification, and then
Oh god.
yeah, it's a bad time. Anywho, it's already stunned. I'll make whatever movement I need to with my cloak to give myself advantage on this first attack with my spear,
All right.
which only requires 20 feet of dash.
Uh, 18 is good for
18?
18, and that first hit is all it takes. You basically just barrel dive straight through this thing, spear first, pin it against the stone surface of the wall behind it, and it begins to just burst into kind of a lead dust. And with that, everything goes
Cool.
quiet except for the subtle mumbling of all of these people around you.
Can I make like a reactionary, either just like detect magic, like pin, or like passive perception, I guess, to see if there's anybody else around that's gonna come out and fight us?
You could use your action to search, but everything is quiet now, so you can just kind of do it for free. Go and give me a perception check.
I will do the same.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he'll definitely be better at that.
Is anyone else sheet like super laggy?
Yeah, Roll20's been real
Yeah.
weird for a couple
Yeah.
of weeks.
15.
Looking around, you don't see
look
anything
at that
nearby.
casual fucking 30.
You do see that the weird block-headed crows have kind of perched on the roofs around you and are watching you all, but don't look like they want to attack. And you don't hear any more footsteps or any more birds approaching or anything like that. It seems to be quiet for the time being. Ace, the same is true for you, Ace, except you can hear that way, way off in the distance, far to the southeast, there is a faint roar. It sounds like it's probably loud wherever it's at, but it's so far away that it's just barely audible. But it sounds like a very, very distant lion's roar.
This might be fishing for things, as I often tend to do, but with Vasu's like constant detect magic and passive perception of 14, do I feel like it would be within reason for me to like just start slinging rocks at these Enderman-headed birds and being like, "Get the fuck out of here"?
Oh boy.
Shoot them for you.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely attack them if you want. It's hard to say if that's a good or a bad idea. Like, you could, I don't know, you could make an insight check to try to figure out why those things attacked you.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, I can help.
Please do.
Sorry, it's loading.
I have bad vibes about these, but I don't know if they're meta or not.
Vasu, from your point of view, it kind of just looked like that thing was hiding in a corner, it waited for somebody to come around the corner, and then it burst out and attacked. Ace had a little bit of a clearer picture and is able to see more of it. It appeared to Ace like that thing was specifically upset by the fact that Nordo was disturbing this person. That seems to be what triggered the attack. And also, there were several other hidden ones nearby that could have sprung out earlier and didn't until Nordo picked up the body. So Ace is kind of able to piece together that it seemed to very negatively react to those things picking up the body. With that said, the Ravens never really got involved at all, and they seem very skittish. They seem like they don't want to get involved with any of this.
Can I tell, this is maybe a stretch too, do these ravens, here's the way to do it. When I had Speak with Animals up, could I hear the ravens saying anything or talking?
Negative. You've not. And they also, like, none of them are making raven noises because they all have blockheads and no beaks. And for that matter, these other block-headed creatures that you've seen, the only time that they produced any noises at all is when they made one of their weird faces protrude from one of the faces of a cube. And
Okay.
then you would hear like an eagle screech or a lion's roar or a
Okay,
dragon's
okay,
breath.
okay,
but
okay,
that's
okay.
it.
Real, very, very superficial, very like the most important question I've probably asked in this entire campaign.
All right.
When they do that, are they making like the Minecraft Steve hurt noise?
It doesn't seem to be that.
Okay.
Ace.
That was my only important question of this whole campaign. I'll go
course.
back to fucking off forever for now.
After we destroyed these monsters, does it seem like the people here are they like any better?
You take a look down, and nothing seems to have changed at all about them. Nordo can
Okay.
definitely tell that this particular guy has like really bad bed sores along his back and his shoulder and his legs. He looks dehydrated. He looks on the verge of collapse, but even so, he just continues to stare straight forward and is just kind of mumbling to himself.
We could work our way through the whole city like this, but it'd take us an awful long time, and I don't think
Yeah,
we'd really
we need the
fix
source.
anything.
Hey Vasu, could you fly me up? I'll take the spyglass maybe, and we can see if that roar came from, I don't know, a god walking on the planet or something. Pretty please?
He might have finally gone pee. I'm going to
No,
assume that he'll give you a
what
lift.
you want like a bird's eye view?
Yeah.
I got you. I will
Puppies.
fly Ace as high as he wants to go.
All right. Give me a perception check. Taking a look around for the source of the noise, you don't hear anything else. You don't see anything else except for a handful of these ravens that have all kind of flocked to the rooftops and are kind of just sitting on the rooftops now. But there is no sign of what made that noise.
Can we tell what direction it came from, or if there's like roughly based on how loud it was and the direction it came from, where it was possibly at?
Yeah, with your 29 earlier, you guys are currently about here-ish or so, kind of up by this oasis. And it seemed to come from pretty far down to the southeast, like maybe around this area, or possibly even beyond the wall down here.
Do I see any more of the big birds?
No, you do not.
Vasu, do you think that you could zip us in and zip us back? Maybe we can go do a quick survey of the area over there, where we heard the noise. You should be able to dash with me, right? With your little cloak.
Who do you think you're talking to? Dangerous Reconnaissance Mission is my middle name.
It's a very
Yeah,
long
your
middle
mom.
name.
Your mom really had you pegged.
All right. We'll probably pick up there next week. You guys will do a little bit of scouting down to the southeast and then decide where to continue from here. But it's late, and we got to get to work, so we will call it here for the week.
What did I identify?
Oh, right, identify. We should learn that too. Okay, this is a really good question. What would you learn? What would you learn? What would you learn?
Nothing. It's not a spell.
Yeah, I typically extend identify a little bit just because there are lots of cool things that are not technically spells. With that said, your identify, you can tell that it's under the effects of some sort of it's an instantaneous effect, right? It's something that has been done to it in the past and cannot be undone. It's not ongoing. But
Yeah.
there is something wrong with it, and there is a faint aura of conjuration that lingers on it, and you're at least able to identify that aura of conjuration
Conjuration.
as
Not enchantment.
not enchantment,
Or not
conjuration,
transmutation even.
and also not
Very
transmutation.
specifically.
Yeah, it is conjuration, and you're able to tell with your identify that the closest thing that you can think of, or what it feels the most like, is somewhere halfway between a dream spell and astral projection. Like some portion of this creature's mind or thoughts
So,
have been sent somewhere, or pulled somewhere. However, with your identify, you can tell that it was an instantaneous effect and not an ongoing thing.
This is not something that can be dispelled. This is something that's already happened.
Right. It's definitely not the sort of thing where there's like something that is actively and ongoingly doing this.
Do I get the sense that these people still have their souls, or is that somewhere else?
That is kind of a hard read. You could give me an insight check or a very long shot religion check.
I feel like religion makes more sense than insight. I
Yeah.
don't know how to tell.
Yeah, insight is like putting together the pieces. Religion is like seeing if you know about a specific thing that is religious in nature.
Yeah, about souls specifically. Well, let's give it a try. 23.
It's really hard to say if this thing's soul is attached. There's not a lot of good magic that can just like tell if a soul is still there, short of like the Revivify spell. That's basically the only thing that exists in this world, and even then you really only know because they've already died and you go try to fetch it.
I could ask Monocle.
The
Oh my god, I had like 3 days of Monocle I didn't use.
Yeah. Save
yeah.
one for today, I guess.
Yeah, with the 23, I don't think you really know.
Yeah, I don't religiously know how people function with or without souls.
You've done a lot of research into it, and you've learned a lot of things about the way that they work, especially since talking with Leon. But you
I'm
still
going
don't
to
have a
take
good
Leon,
way to like
the
know
mask.
if one is actually present or not.
Yeah, I'm going to take Leon, the mask. I'm going to put him on one of the bodies. I'm going to ask Leon, do you feel a soul in there?
Ooh, that's a good question. Is he able to do it? Huh. How powerful is this thing? I'm afraid I don't know if I'll be able to tell. In this guy's current state, I think he wouldn't be able to communicate even if he was. Seems like he's in some
I'm
sort of trance.
so curious about this, but I've never been more eager to like go do butt stuff after a D&D session my entire life.
Philo, I have an honest question for you, and I need an honest answer.
Oh boy.
Are you more high than usual tonight?
I know the answer to that question.
I also know the answer to this question.
I don't feel like I'm more high than usual, but
Spoiler alert.
I may be a higher combination of tired and high than usual than normal for D&D purposes.
We're gonna go and wrap it up here.
Is this something that's been asked frequently?
No, it's just.
Is this a hot topic, or am I just coming across as more horny than usual?
You're coming across as more high than usual.
Yeah.
We need to make it a precedent to like make people not be high when they play D&D, because Neo gets really mean when he's high. Philo just starts rambling a lot when he's high. It's just a bad time for everyone else.
I agree.
Yeah, that last 40 minutes was pretty excruciating.
We'll chat it over. It's probably something that we should address. But for the time being, let's wrap up here because we gotta eat.
It's like showing up shit faced. They're just saying it's okay to be a little tipsy, but like when you're like slurring and yelling at someone's mom, then it's a little.
Alright, I have pizza. I'll be back in a second.
I'm gonna get ready for
I do legitimately apologize if my increased tiredness or highedness has contributed, especially to this week in particular. I would just like to point out in my defense that I have